Hello, good evening, my ninja warriors. What's up? What's up? So I can see a few people have joined in. Dharani, what's up? Sadia, good evening, Sadia. Hi, Soumya. Hi, Narmada. Hi, Avni. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the session. And you know what you have to do. As soon as you join the session, you guys have to like my session and share this session with your fellow JEE aspirants, right? Okay, all right. Like it right away, okay? All right, good evening. Keep joining, keep coming, okay? So today's session is going to be all about straight lines. And as you have, I'm not sure whether you have seen the thumbnail or not. So today's session is going to be all about basics of coordinate geometry, that is basics of coordinates formula, section formula, right? Along with that, we will progress forward and we will learn about what are the important centers related to the triangle. And then we will talk about locus related problem and shifting of origin. So today's session, although it is titled as straight lines, but today we are not going to touch any form of straight line. That will be the second session. As you can see, I have already scheduled one more session for straight line, wherein we are going to talk about the rest of the remaining portion of straight line, which is various forms of straight lines and pair of straight lines, family of straight lines, and so many things. Okay, so today's session, I hope the agenda is clear, that we are going to talk about basics of coordinate geometry, section formula, distance formula, and centers related to triangle, locus, shifting of origin as well. Okay, all right. I am absolutely good, Dharani. How are you? How are you, good Gunjan? I am seeing you after so many days. Okay. So yes, for all of those who are new to the channel, any student who is new to the channel or new to my session, this is my brief introduction. My name is Namrata and I have more than 10 years of teaching experience in both online and offline, as you can clearly see, and I have produced top selections in IITs, NITs and various reputed colleges as well. Okay, all right. Any session Saturday ko are you not seeing any session scheduled? Is it Saturday ko any session you are not seeing kya? Saturday ko I will schedule it. If it is not scheduled, I will schedule it. Okay, so Saturday ko again we are going to do straight lines, because straight lines is not very small chapter. And you know what, straight lines is very important chapter. Yes, let me just talk about straight lines a bit. Straight lines, actually, if you understand straight lines nicely na, then let me tell you what are the chapters this chapter is going to make an impact on. So your circles chapter will become easy. All the parabola, ellipse, hyperbola, pura conic section, whole conic section, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola, right, is depending upon basics of straight lines. And I would say straight lines and circle, both these two chapters are basic building block of complete conic section. Along with that, most of you do not know that 3D geometry, which is there in your class 12th, right? So 3D geometry has a major thing from straight lines. Yes, so it is going to impact 3D geometry. By the way, 3D geometry is one of the high weighted chapters of overall maths, not even 12th, of overall 11th and 12th. So I will suggest that straight lines, even though that I feel that one question you can expect from this chapter, but you know the importance is not limited to one question or 4 marks. Importance of straight lines is much more than what do you see in your JEE main question paper, because without straight lines, circles you won't be able to understand. Without straight lines, conic section you won't be able to understand, and without straight lines, 3D geometry is also a difficult nut to crack. Okay, all right. So are we ready? Are we actually ready for the straight lines? Okay, so I will start with very basic, and you know what, today's session is all about basics only. We are going to touch basics only in today's session. So today's session will be a confidence booster session. Okay, and the next session will be highly important session. Okay, all right. So let us start. What is MOD? Modulus. Good evening, nothing to say. Avni Shri ready, है ना? And also you have to bring your notes as well. Do you when I teach you in this series, in this row series, you know what do we do in row series? In row series, in one shot we cover the whole chapter. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to bring your pen and paper, and then along with me you have to solve it, especially in mathematics. Come on, without pen and paper, JEE mathematics is not at all possible. Okay, so today's session, how long? So we'll try to wrap up the session within like 2.5 or 3 hours. Okay, so today's session is not going to be that long, like 6 hours long, because we have divided the straight lines in 2 different portions. Okay, all right. Good evening, Sung. Good evening, Sung Jivo. What is AOD 1? Application of derivatives part 1, maybe you are saying. Chalo, now let's come back to this particular portion. Okay, all right. So coordinate plane. So you know coordinate plane, right? Coordinate plane, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, this is your minus x-axis, this is your minus y-axis. Yes or no? Okay, so in the first quadrant, so this is your first quadrant and this is your second quadrant, right? This is your third quadrant, this is your fourth quadrant. Now I'm gonna tell you what you already know. In 10th class you have already studied this, right? Binomial theorem right after this session, like right after straight lines, I'm planning to schedule. Okay, nothing to say. Chalo. First quadrant mein you are going to tell me now. You are going to tell me. Tell me. In first quadrant, x and y both are positive or negative? X and y. So over here in first quadrant, clearly this right hand side of x is positive x, left hand side is negative x. So in first quadrant, clearly positive, x is always positive, and y is always again positive in first quadrant. So in first quadrant both are positive, right? So if I say 2, 3 is a point, so you will directly jump onto this point and tell me that ma'am 2, 3 will lie in first quadrant. Now let us come back to second quadrant now. So second quadrant mein clearly we are towards the negative x-axis. So x will be negative and y will be still positive because we are above this point, right? So y is positive. So if I say minus 2, 3, what you are going to tell me? Tell me. Minus 2, 3. Okay. Minus 2, 3. Minus 2, 3, ma'am, second quadrant, because x is negative and y is positive, right? I can see Narmada. Okay, Narmada is doing PG mathematics. Thank you, Narmada. Thank you so much. All right, third quadrant, है ना? So in third quadrant में x is also negative and y is also negative. Okay, so both negative. Minus 2, minus 3. The moment you see this coordinate, you will be able to tell me that, ma'am, third quadrant, you are talking about third quadrant exactly. And if I talk about fourth quadrant, my dear students, fourth quadrant, it is very obvious. X is positive and y is negative. That means minus plus 2, minus 3 is that point which will lie in fourth quadrant. Very basic, right? Very basic. Okay, all right. Now, distance. So this is your coordinate system. I hope that in class 10th you have already studied this, right? This thing that you already have studied, right? Now, one more thing which you already have studied, we are just brushing up, which is distance formula. Okay, now what is distance formula? Let us understand. So distance formula may basically what we will talk about is distance between 2 points. Okay, so distance between 2 points we are going to talk about. Let us take that first point is this. Let us take P point, and the second point is this, which is your Q point. Okay, P point and Q point. Now I am going to assume ये क्या बोल रही है एक बच्चा अनिल कुमार, what is the AOD 4 MBT, क्या बोल रहे हो? मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम बोल रहे हो आप. अभी हम नहीं, we are not talking about that, है ना? Straight lines. AOD will come, then we will talk about it. Right now we cannot talk. Okay. So P point, I am assuming that P point is x1, y1. okay, and Q point is x2 comma y2. Correct, and we are looking for distance between PQ. So let us first join this PQ. Correct, PQ joined, and now PQ distance, let me just clearly write down the formula first and then talk about the derivation. So PQ is nothing but x2 minus x1 ka square plus y2 minus y1 ka square. Okay, PQ is nothing but x2 minus x1 ka square plus y2 minus y1 ka square. Now you have to think a little bit how to prove it. Ma'am, how did you get it exactly? So if you clearly see, this is actually looking like a Pythagoras theorem wherein this PQ is hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is square root of perpendicular square plus base square, right? So in here also we are going to try to do that. First of all, let us complete the triangle. Okay, so this is my triangle. This is my triangle. PQ, let us say this is your R. Okay. Now what we want in triangle PQR, if I want to figure out the PQ length, I need PR length, that is base, and I need RQ length, that is, tell me, RQ length will be perpendicular. Okay, so I am looking for this distance, this distance. Now just tell me, one thing, tell me. So this point is x1 comma y1. What does that exactly mean? x1 comma y1, if any point is having x1 comma y1, what does exactly mean? That means this P point I have got, so if I go x1 distance horizontal, so this length is x1, these two length, this length is also x1 and this length is also x1. Okay, so x1 comma y1 means, x1 means always horizontal distance. So we have walked horizontally x1 and we have walked vertically y1. This y distance is what? Vertical distance. So this is your y1. Okay, this is your y1. So this is your y1 clearly and this is your x1. So now can you just tell me what is this point will called? So on x-axis, y is always 0 and the x coordinate will be distance from the origin. So this is your x1. If this is x1 comma y1, this is x1 comma 0. Similarly, if this is x1 comma y1, this is 0 comma y1 because on y-axis x is 0. Right? Yes, Dharani, what is doubt? What is your doubt? Yes, Dharani, ask me. Root, मैंने कुछ गलत लिखा है क्या? Have I? नहीं, सही तो लिखा है ना? What happened, Dharani? Why sad smiley? Okay, all right. So I hope that you know this. This distance is x1 and this distance is x2. Right, the complete distance, this distance is x2 and I am actually interested in, so this distance is, the bigger distance is what? X2, this is x1. So tell me the distance PR. So PR distance will be the bigger distance x2 minus x1. This is your PR. Okay, what? This is your PR. And what about QR? So QR will be this bigger distance minus smaller distance. Bigger distance is what? So this is complete y2. Can you see this is y2? So this distance is your y2. Why? Because this coordinate is y2. That means the vertical distance from this axis is your y2. And if I talk about x2, so yeah, so this is y2 complete and this is y1. And if we are looking for QR, y2 minus y1. So this is clearly y2 minus y1. So this is your perpendicular and this is your base. So perpendicular and base are right here. So hypotenuse is equals to square root of p square plus b square. Correct or not? So that's why we have applied. Okay, that's why we have applied. P square plus b square. P was y2 minus y1 ka square. This is your perpendicular square. And x2 minus x1 ka square means base ka square. Okay, so perpendicular square plus base square is your PQ. That's how we have figured out the distance formula. Bolo, clear or not? If distance between 2 points given, shall we use plus or minus sign, ma'am? I am actually, is this for first year or second year? So this is for JEE main and I believe that for like your school, if you're talking about in comparison with school, so this is for first year, right? Okay, first year. Pythagoras theorem, yes, Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem in the triangle. So shall we start and solving some problems on distance formula, Dharani, and then let us understand that what is your doubt. Okay, Dharani, let us solve some basic problems. The distance between these 2 points is what we are looking for. Okay, so this is distance, this is point P, this is point Q. All we need to know is just distance formula. So PQ will be what? Square root of x2 minus x1 ka square plus y2 minus y1 ka square. You know this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2. Correct? Okay. So PQ distance will be what? Tell me. x2 minus x1, that means 7 minus minus 3. 7 minus minus 3. So 7 minus minus 3 square plus y2 minus y1 will be minus 6 minus 4 square. Okay, all right. So PQ distance will be what? 7 plus 3, 10. 10 ka square is 100 plus, again 10 ka square, 100. Because square is there, the minus sign will not make any sense. So this will be 200 ka root. 200 ka root will be 10 root 2 units. 10 root 2 units, option B. Any doubt? Any confusion? Any doubt? Any confusion till now? Just tell me. I am right here. Because in straight lines what happens is, beginning is very, very easy. Okay? And then gradually you will not know that exactly when. So it is like this. Level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 2, level 2, level 2, level 3, bounce. Okay? So that I will make sure that nothing is gonna be bouncer. Okay? All right. Okay. Now again one more formula, one more question on distance formula, but with a little bit knowledge of trigonometry. Let's see how many of you remember the values. How many of you are practicing self-study? How many of you are doing self-study? So distance between these 2 points. Again, this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Correct? So PQ will be, now I am not gonna write the formula. Okay? Now you need to apply it directly. Let's do that. So x2 minus x1 का square, तो 0 minus a sin 60 degree का square plus y2 minus y1 का square, तो cos 30 degree. a cos 30 degree minus 0 का square. All right, clear? So PQ will be what? Tell me. So this is a sin 60 degree. You know what is the value of 60 degree? Sin 60 degree. It is root 3 by 2. So this is going to be a root 3 by 2 ka whole square plus a cos 30 degree. Cos 30 degree, sin 60 degree, both are same. A root 3 by 2 whole square. Clear? So this is actually going to be 3 by 4. This is also 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 a square multiply 2. Because twice it is written. 2 ones are 2, 2 2s are 4. So this is going to be a square will come out. So it is going to be a root 3 by 2. So a root 3 by 2, option B again. Easy peasy. Okay. All right. No, option B. क्या बात कर रहे हो? क्या बात कर रहे हो? This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Wrong. Okay. Why wrong? Because option C is right now. The moment you take a square out of square root, it will become modulus, my dear students. Okay. Everybody is saying B. Now option mein to you can select now, distance is never negative. Have you seen distance negative? Okay. So please remember. Square root of a square is equals to modulus a. Will you forget it? Okay. These very easy things. एक बच्चे को जंगल बुक इज नॉट अवेलेबल क्या? You guys can help क्या जुजू थॉट्स को, because jungle book is available to everyone. Maybe sometimes you can try with your another device. Try once with another device. Maybe it is not getting opened on your phone maybe. Okay, you can check with your parents phone or another phone, friend's phone once. Okay, all right, clear. Option C. One more question is there on our plate. Okay, chalo. Now can you see the beginning question says this. Now please understand this. What is this? This is your second quadrant. Alpha lies in second quadrant. Okay, for visualizing, this is your second quadrant. Now distance between the points. Acha, distance between the points. So again PQ, direct formula can I apply? Are you comfortable now? Right, so this is going to be x2 y2 and x1 y1. 0 minus tan alpha whole square, so that is going to give you tan square alpha, plus 1 minus 2 ka square, so 1 square. Okay, then PQ will be what? 1 plus tan square alpha is sec square alpha. Again you might do the same mistake. My dear students. PQ will be equals to actually mod sec alpha, right? Mod sec alpha. Mod sec alpha, so obviously option A is wrong and B is also wrong. Either of these two depending upon what is happening. Okay, so mod sec alpha. Now just tell me one thing. Distance to will never be negative, है ना? Now I can see so many options C are already there. Sec. If I talk about sec is actually negative. Sec alpha is negative. Why? Because alpha is in second quadrant, and second quadrant में only sign or second quadrant में only sign is positive. तो sec is negative ना. तो if sec is negative, आप मुझे बताओ, just tell me, mod sec alpha will become minus sec alpha. So many of you giving me the incorrect answer. Option D is absolutely right, my dear students. What happened to you? What happened to you, Dharani? Again, just tell me one thing. अच्छा ठीक है. You might be thinking, ma'am, why are you saying D? Why are you saying D? Because you will say, ma'am, distance, you told us na, distance cannot be negative. Then why are you like ticking the negative answer? You have to take the positive one na. So it should be C. Why it is D? Who is going to tell me why is it D? So just tell me one thing. Acha, let us pick any angle which you are comfortable in. Do you know 120 degree? Can we take it? Or 135 degree? Chalo, let's take alpha is equals to 135 degree, or we can say 3 pi by 4. Here cos alpha is minus root 2 negative obviously. So sec alpha will become what? Sorry, this is minus 1 by root 2, no? Let me just explain. Minus 1 by root 2 because second quadrant, right? So this is going to be minus root 2 by 1, correct? This is your sec alpha. So what you are saying is ki if C option is correct, chalo, let us for an instant, for of one time, let us see that sec alpha, this sec alpha is the answer. If this is the correct answer, then tell me, the value of sec alpha will be what? A negative value or a positive value? Obviously a negative value. Why? Because if alpha is in second quadrant, sec alpha will be a negative value. That means option C, when I'm putting the value, although it is looking positive, it is looking plus sec alpha, but actually it is a negative quantity and distance cannot be negative, my dear students. Okay, sec minus sec alpha is actually a positive number. Tell me why? Because sec alpha is itself negative. The value of sec alpha will be minus of some positive quantity, like negative 2, negative root 2 type. So minus root 2, if you plug in the value over minus will become plus. That's why D option is correct. So how do we understand, ma'am? First of all, this understanding is clear that out of C and D, D is positive actually. If I tell you about the process, mod sec alpha, so modulus, how does a modulus function work? one student was asking also, how does a modulus function work? So just give me a little space in your brain. Can you give me a little space in your brain? Okay. All right. So mod of x will be x. Mod of x will be x if your this function, this expression is positive. If this is negative, then you write minus x. Okay. So mod of any quantity will be equal to either sec alpha or minus sec alpha. Depends on what? Depends on this sec alpha. If your sec alpha is positive, then do not worry about it. Just go ahead and write mod sec alpha is equals to sec alpha. But if your sec alpha is negative, because alpha in second quadrant, the sec alpha will come negative definitely. Then you have to write it minus sec alpha, minus sec alpha. So that's why minus sec alpha in this case will be the correct option. Okay, all right, clear? Chalo. Now let us do one more question now. Let us get better with each and every question. A triangle with vertices this and this is what? A triangle with vertices this and this what? So for that, let us take the help of distance formula, because what will happen is, the moment all the sides are equal, then it will become an equilateral triangle, right? And the moment two sides are equal, then it will become isosceles triangle and so on. The moment it will satisfy Pythagoras theorem, it will become right angle. Okay, the distance formula will give me anything, everything. So P, Q and R. Now let us calculate PQ. Can I calculate directly? Okay, are you comfortable now? Directly. PQ, right? So minus 1 minus 0 ka square plus minus 1 minus 4 ka square na. Pehle x2 minus x1 we are doing. So minus 1 minus 4 ka square, then minus 1 minus 0 ka square. This is your PQ. So this is 5 ka square, 25 the root 26. Okay. All right, PQ. Then we are here for QR. Let us calculate QR. Okay, QR. So this is going to be 3 minus 1 ka square. QR. 3 minus 1 ka square. Okay. And 5 minus 1 ka square. Clear? So this is actually going to be what? 4 ka square 16 and 6 ka square 36. So 16 and 36. This is going to be what? 52. Acha. Last QR, then PR or RP. This thing and this thing. है ना, distance between PR. Can I do that? Okay. चलो तो 3 minus 4 का square, x2 minus x1 and 5 minus 0 का square. So this is going to be 1 plus 25 root 26. Okay. First of all, let us eliminate. Equilateral triangle तो नहीं है ना? Either it is isosceles or right angled isosceles. Why? Because clearly PQ and PR are equal, है ना? So if I just do this, PQ and PR both are root 26, and your QR is what? Root 52. So last thing which we need to check is for the right angled. So if I check the right angled, then what will happen? This is the longest side can be the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square should be square of other two sides. So 52 should be equals to 26 plus 26, which is actually satisfying. That means it is isosceles plus right angle. So option D is absolutely right. And yeah, most appropriate answer is D. Okay. All right. Yes, Sarala. Yes, Sudipti. Correct. Clear. Any doubt, any confusion, let me know. Okay, so that's how the application of distance formula. So this is what it is. Okay, now the last question. No, actually this we will do in when we know the equation of lines. Okay, so let us now directly jump towards internal division formula, section formula. Okay, so section formula, now let us understand from the very basic. First of all, let us take a line A and B. Let us take 2 points, A and B, where A is having x1, y1 as the coordinates and B is having x2, y2 as the coordinates. Okay, and now in the middle of A and B there is a point P. Can you see the P point? P point. Now P point divides line joining A and B. P divides line joining A and B internally. That means that between A and B exactly. Okay, and in the ratio m is to n. So the ratio is m is to n. What does that mean? That AP upon PB. AP upon PB is nothing but m upon n. Okay, all right. AP upon PB is m upon m. So now we need to know the coordinates of B. Did you understand the question number 1? The problem statement is, suppose you are having A and B 2 points and there is a point P which divides the whole line segment in the ratio m is to n, then you need to calculate the coordinates of P. Okay, so there is a trick. Okay, there is a trick. I am not going into the proof, but there is a direct trick to calculate, or you can say the formula trick is there. Okay, so what is that formula trick? Let me just show you. You need x coordinate of P and you need y coordinate of P, right? Okay, so x coordinate of P will be crisscross method. So there is a crisscross method. So this m will get multiplied with x2, m x2, and now the n will get multiplied with x1, right? So m multiplied with x2, n multiplied with x1. So mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. This is the formula for your x coordinate of P point. Okay, yes Dharani, you know the formula. And now similar, if you remember the x formula, then you have to remember the y formula. Just replace x2 and x1 by y2 and y1. So my2 cross method, okay, crisscross, my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. Okay, distance formula, section formula. All right, any doubt, any confusion? So yes, distance formula say, sorry, what did I say? No distance formula, right? Section formula. So section formula is mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. Now there is a special case of it. There is one special case of it, that is midpoint. Okay, so special case says midpoint. Midpoint means now A and B are 2 points, but this P is nothing but a midpoint of A and B. What does that mean? That means AP and PB are equal, or we can say that the ratio is 1:1. These two portions are equal. Here m is to n actually is equals to 1:1. So what we need to do is we need to replace m and n both by 1. Okay, so x2 plus x1 upon 1 plus 1, 2. So what is your formula? X is equals to x2 plus x1 upon 2 and y is equals to y2 plus y1 upon 2. All right, yes, clear? Any doubt, any confusion? Do let me know. Okay, so this is your midpoint formula. Now internal division, if it is clear, na, then external division. What is external division? Now the situation is same. A and B are 2 points, but this time P point is not in the middle, right? P point is not in between A and B. Rather, this P point is actually lying outside, externally to the line joining A and B, right? So the formula for this is very similar to internal division. but just a sign change you have to do. So if you have to calculate the coordinates of point P, what you need to do is, so yes, m is to n is the ratio. So again, AP is m and PB is n, right? So the formula is what? Again that crisscross formula. So x coordinate will be mx2 minus nx1. Remember? So what was the original formula? Plus was there. Just replace this minus sign upon m minus n. And y will be my2 minus nx1 upon m minus n. Okay? Alright? Okay? You will understand external division better once we start solving the problems, and I am here for that. Right? Problem solving. Chalo, let's start. Okay? Yes, let us start. Find the length of median from vertex A of a triangle ABC whose vertices are A, B and C. Okay, acha. So basically there is a triangle ABC whose vertex is given to you. In straight lines, the thumb rule is to plot the situation. Not even in straight lines, but also in circles, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola and 3D geometry. All these chapters will actually test your visualization skill, okay? And the more you paint the picture of this question, let's paint the picture of the question. The more the situation will be clearer, the question will be clearer, the high chances that you will be able to solve that question. So, even though you know that triangle ABC looks like this, but plotting is the key. Right, so A, B, C. A, tell me, minus 1, 3. B is what? 1, minus 1. And C is what? 5, 1. This is your triangle, right? Length of the median from the vertex A. Now, do you know the median? Anybody who can tell me the meaning of this median? So, median is nothing but from the vertex A, you drop a line towards the base B, opposite base. From the vertex A, because they are telling us now, from the vertex A, you are dropping a median. Median means median, mid. Median means actually mid. So basically this line joining midpoint of BC and A. So basically median will be what? Median from A is nothing but what? Line joining A and midpoint of BC. Understood what is your median now? Okay, so line joining A and midpoint of BC. Okay, alright. Now to get the length of that median, we need to know both the points. Suppose this is your x, right? X is your median. So we need to calculate length of median. That means we are looking for AX. Now A ke coordinates we have, right? The coordinates of A we have. If someone can tell me the coordinates of X, then my question will be done. Yes or no? Now X is what? X is nothing but the midpoint of BC. So to calculate X, we need to apply the midpoint formula. What is midpoint formula? Right? So that is going to be, so the coordinate of X is what? X will be 1 plus 5 by 2 and Y will be what? Minus 1 plus 1 by 2. Are you getting my point? X1 plus X2 by 2, Y1 plus Y2 by 2. Okay. So this is going to be what? Tell me. So this is your clearly 6 by 2. That is 6 by 2 is 3. So X is coming out as 3 and this is coming out as 0. So this is going to be 3, 0 is your midpoint, right? So now what you are looking for is your A is clear and your, so A point is minus 1, 3 and this point is 3, 0. This is your triangle. This is your A, this is your X. Now apply the distance formula in this. Okay, square root of 3 minus minus 1 and 0 minus 3. Correct? So this is 4 ka square 16, 3 ka square 9. Oh my goodness, 5 is the answer. Ma'am, one formula is wrong. Avani, which formula? Which formula are you talking about? Five is the correct answer. Everybody understood? Any confusion? Any doubts so far? All right. Now, okay, let us solve the another type of question. Okay, again basics, we are doing basics till now. Okay, midpoints of the sides of triangle are given. Find the coordinate of its vertex. Oh my goodness. So there is a triangle. Okay, all right, so we can name the triangle, right? Let us take the triangle is ABC, and for every side, midpoint of the side of triangle are given. So this is midpoint of AB, let's say. So 2, 1 is P point, which is midpoint of AB. This is your Q, -1, -3, and this is your R, right? That is going to be 4, 5. What we are looking for is coordinates of A, B and C. Coordinates of A, B and C. In Y part, formula is wrong kya? Oops, हाँ, so this is y1, हाँ, है ना? ठीक है, understood, corrected. चलो, now we need to look for A, B and C. ठीक है? So let us assume something. Let us assume that coordinates of A will be what? A1, B1. This is A2, B2. This is A3, B3. Correct? Okay. And now let us apply the formula. Let us do that. Okay. All right. So let us apply the formula. First of all, let us apply the formula over here. ठीक है? 2, 1 is midpoint of AB. Correct or not? 2, 1 is clearly midpoint of AB. It is given in the question. So can we just write A1 plus A2 by 2 is equals to what? 2, and B1 plus B2 by 2 is equals to 1. Right? Can we do that? It is just the game of equation solving. Now A1 plus A2 is equals to 4 and B1 plus B2 is equals to 2. This is first set of equations, right? And now second, similarly, now -1, -3 is midpoint of, tell me AC, correct or not? So what we can do is -1 will be equals to, so A1 plus A3 by 2 is equals to -2. Can I write directly -2? And B1 plus B3. B1 plus B3 will be -6, right? Upon, so basically B1 plus B3 by 2 is what? -3. Multiply 2 and we are going to get it. Okay. All right. How are we getting it? So 2, 1 is the midpoint of, so we are directly applying the formula. A1 plus A2 by 2 is this. Are you getting or not? Chalo. So this is your second equation. Similarly, now about this, can I just write it directly? A2 plus A3. Tell me. A2 plus A3 is what? 8. And B2 plus B3 is what? B2 plus B3 is 10. Okay. So we have got how many equations? Just copy all these equations on the next slide. Can I do that? A1 plus A2 is coming out as 4. Right. Then A1 plus A3 is -2. And A2 plus A3 is 8. Now how to solve the system of equations? How to do that? So what we need to do is we need to add all the equations. So if I add, I'm gonna get twice of A1 twice, A2 twice, A3 twice. So A1 plus A2 plus A3, all the values twice will be equals to 4 plus 8, 12, 12 minus 2, 10. So clearly a1 plus a2 plus a3 is what? 5. That's how we solve the equation. Now what we need to do is a1 plus a2, we can plug in the value over here. In this equation, a1 plus a2 is what? 4. So can I replace a1 plus a2 by 4? So 4 plus a3 is 5. Okay, ma'am. This implies a3 is 1. Okay. Alright. And now, if you talk about a1 plus a3, if in the same equation you put a1 plus a3, so a1 plus a3 will be 2. So 2 plus a2 will be 5. This will give you a2 is equals to 3. And similarly, using this equation, a2 plus a3 you can replace it by 8. So what will you get? a1 plus 8 is equals to 5. So a1 plus 8 is equals to 5. a1 will be equals to minus 3. So now you have got all the three values, a1, a2, a3. Okay. And now what you need to do is same thing you have to repeat for b1, b2, b3. Are you ready for it? So b1 plus b2 is clearly 2. Ma'am, yes, b1 plus b2 is 2. You are correct. Then b1 plus b3 is minus 6. Okay. And b2 plus b3 is 10. Tell me what to do. Add everything. b2 plus b3 is 10. Correct लिखा है ना? 2 minus. हाँ. अभी add everything. तो b1 coming out twice. b2 also coming out twice. b3 also coming out thrice. 10 minus 6 plus 2. 4 plus 2, 6. So 6 by 2, 3. So b1 plus b2 plus b3 is equals to 3. If you use, अच्छा a2 की वैल्यू 5 आ रही है, a2 की वैल्यू गड़बड़ लिखी है क्या? तो दिस इज -2 है ना? हाँ -2 है. तो उधर जाके 5 plus 2 7 आएगी ना? सॉरी 7 आएगी. 7 a2 की वैल्यू 7. अभी ठीक है. a2 is 7. हाँ, it is थोड़ा सा लेंदी. What? See, I am doing थोड़ा सा subjective approach. I am writing also, है ना? Do not worry, it is not that lengthy. a2 is 8. हाँ, 8 आ रही है क्या? क्या बोल रहे हो तुम? a1 plus a3 is -2, right? हाँ, -2 if I put -2 उधर जाके +2 7 आ रहा है ना? 7 हाँ. Right, so अब just put b1 plus b2. If you put 2 over here, तो b3 आ रहा है आपका 1. b1 plus b3, तो b2 आपका कितना आ रहा है? 9. एंड b3 कितना आ रहा है आपका? b1 कितना आ रहा है आपका? -7. ठीक है. अब आप बस कोऑर्डिनेट्स देख लो. -3, -7 इज योर a कोऑर्डिनेट, है ना? a1, b1. a2, b2 इज 7, 9. And finally, a3, b3 is 1, 1. Let me check. Yes, Adiksha, absolutely on point. Can you see Adiksha का answer is matching? है ना? Okay. Yes, Dhanju, okay. I will not use Hindi at all. वन कॉमा 2 आ रहा है विजयश्री. Why 1, 2? It should be 1, 1, right? Oh, 1, 1. Clear? चलो, कोई बात नहीं. Let's talk about. Okay, last question on distance formula. Hopefully, then we will move on to our next topic. Last question on distance formula. Are we ready for it? All my warriors, are you ready for it? Let the angular opposite points of a parallelogram. So this time they are talking about parallelogram. Okay, ma'am. Let us plot a parallelogram. ठीक है. Now, in a parallelogram, they are saying angular opposite points. Angular opposite points. That means 3, 4 and 1, -2 are angular opposite points. So this is what we call angular opposite. Opposite angles, right? These two are opposite angles. So that's why angular opposite points. Okay. Now coordinates of remaining 2 points are 6, 1 and x, y. So this point is 6 comma 1, this point is x comma y. So if you just want to name it PQRS, okay, and we need to figure out the coordinates of x comma y, that is S. How will we do it? Anyone can tell me? Think about it, okay? Think about it. You need to think also. Think. Anybody can tell me in the chat box. Okay, so it is a bad idea actually if you just calculate PQ. PQ though we can calculate, I know, but it is very bad idea. If you want to calculate PQ and the length, if you want to equate the length, no, it is not going to solve your problem. Okay, it will make your problem a little bit lengthier. So we will use a parallelogram property which we already used in 10th class, right? Midpoint property. So if I join this PR, this is your diagonal, right? So the midpoint of diagonal will be, let's say this, PQRS. Let's say midpoint is x, okay? X is midpoint. Midpoint of diagonal is x. Can I calculate this midpoint, by the way? So to calculate the midpoint, what we need to do is 3 plus 1, 4 by 2, right? So 2, comma 4 minus 2 by 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 by 2 is 1. Yes, already with Shrika absolutely correct hai na? Sri Vidya, no. Finding all the distance is a bad idea. You have to think about innovative methods because you don't have time, okay? Everybody will actually think about that only, the very first thought. Distance equal, no. I am telling you. Now stop thinking like that. Okay, so this is midpoint. Now if I draw one more diagonal, then one more diagonal also has a midpoint, and that is also x, right? So basically diagonal number 2, basically midpoint of PR. Midpoint of PR will be equal to what? Midpoint of QS. Now midpoint of PR will be what? Tell me, we just calculated 3 plus 1 by 2, comma 4 minus 2 by 2. This is midpoint of PR, correct? This will be equal to midpoint of QS. QS, so 6 plus x by 2, comma 1 plus y by 2. Correct? So this is going to be 4 by 2. So 2 comma 1 will be equals to 6 plus x by 2, comma y plus 1 by 2. Now equate. 2 will be equal to this. So 6 plus x by 2 is 2. 2 2s are 4. X equals to minus 2. And over here, y plus 1 is equals to 2. So y will be, y plus 1 is equals to 2. So y will be equals to minus 1. So minus 2 comma minus 1 is the answer. Who is telling me? Minus 2 comma minus 1, which Shri? Minus 2 comma minus 1, no, sorry, no, 2, so, sorry, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, yes, which she is absolutely right from the very beginning. है ना? Okay, give me a big thumbs up if you are understanding this. All right, and now let us talk about one question on external and internal division. Okay, all right. So in this question they are talking about in what ratio does the x-axis, in what ratio does the x-axis divides a line joining these 2 points. Okay, so first of all I have already told you that whenever you see straight line ka question, plot the situation. Plotting the situation will help you a lot. Okay, so this is your x-axis. Now 2 comma minus 3. 2 comma minus 3 will look like this. 2 and minus 3 will be somewhere over here. Okay, and 5 comma 6 will be here. So this is your A. This is your B. Now line joining AB. So then let us join this AB. Now let us read the question again. At what ratio does the x-axis, so this is actually that point P. So point P divides the line segment in which ratio they are talking about. Now listen to me carefully. This question I have kept it specially, very basic question, to let you know that never ever assume a ratio as m:n. Do not do that mistake. What you need to do is you need to assume lambda is to 1. You know, lambda is not important. Basically, the second m:n mein the second ratio should be 1 and the first ratio should be that variable. m:1 also you can take, x:1 also you can take. ठीक है, तो lambda is to 1 is the ratio which we are assuming. But you will say, ma'am, how can you say that like the second m:n, like the ratio will be 3:1, 4:1? How can you say? I am actually not saying that. What I am saying is you put ratio lambda is to 1 because any day one variable is easier to solve and lambda itself will be that value. I will show you how. Okay. Oh, okay. ठीक है, so now we need to apply that. Now point P, just tell me one thing. The coordinates of point P will be what? X comma y? No. The coordinate will be x comma 0 because on x axis, very important, on x axis y will be equals to 0 on x axis. On x axis. X axis pe y is always 0. Now you just apply that formula. A point is what? 2 comma minus 3. B point is 5 comma 6. And clearly now crisscross method, lambda times 5. So x will be equals to, now we don't have to do that. X ke liye we are not going to apply that formula. Y, because I have only one variable, apply that y. Y coordinate will be equal to lambda 6 plus 1 times minus 3 upon lambda plus 1. What did I apply? And this is 0 because y coordinate of the point P is 0, my dear students. So I just want to know the value of lambda. And I have two options. To match what? Match the x coordinate, the section formula we are applying, mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. That will not lead me anything. Now y coordinate, because it is 0, no, it will give me the answer, right? So this is, if you solve it, lambda is going to be 1 by 2. So what is the ratio? Tell me. 1 by 2 ratio 1. Now can you see automatically it happened? Okay. So this is going to be 1 ratio 2. 1 ratio 2. Answer is 1 by 2. So Vijshri, from the beginning only, Vijshri is saying, yes ma'am, Vijshri. Vijshri is saying that 1:2 ma'am, 1:2, 1:2. So this question had actually two takeaways. What are the takeaways from this question? Just let me know in the chat box. Number one takeaway is, whenever a ratio is asked or whenever you have to take a ratio, never ever take m:n. Always take lambda is to 1. That is one takeaway. Second takeaway. What is second takeaway? Just tell me. Second takeaway is, on x-axis y is always 0. That question will not give you. But you have to be alert. You have to show your presence of mind. Okay. Alright. Now let us move on to the next topic, which is area of a triangle. Are we ready for it? Area of a triangle. Okay. Area of a triangle ABC. So for that we need to have a triangle. है ना? Triangle, can you clearly see on your screen? A is x1 comma y1, B is x2 comma y1, C is x3 comma y3. Now there are actually two methods. One by one we will see. So area of triangle is half. Now you have to make that determinant wala approach. You have to make a determinant. Now in first column you have to write x1 y1. In second column you have to write x2 y2. In third column x3 y3, and in fourth column again back to x1 y1. Okay ma'am. So whenever 3 points are given, I need to make 4 columns. है ना? x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3, and one more back to, like cyclic order. Start from here. x1 y1 in first column, x2 y2 in second column, x3 y3. So this A, B, C, A. So this is A, B, C, A. Now what you need to do is, you need to do crisscross. 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 Can you see? So how to do the crisscross? Have a look. x1 y2 minus y1 x2, right? So let us open it. Crisscross x1 y2 minus y1 x2 plus. Now next, again x2 y3 minus y2 x3 plus. Next, now what we are having is, here it is already written. Can you see x1 y2 and x1 y2 and y1 x2. What about this x2 y3 and x3 y2? Next is this x3 y1 and x1 y3. If you rearrange, what you will get is half x1 y2 minus y3, x2 y3 minus y1 and x3 y1 minus y2. It can also be written down as this way. What is this? This is a determinant way. So this is the method number 1. Yeah, similar to determinant and exactly determinant. Now another method. So area is also equal to half. First column will be all the x coordinate, x1, x2, x3. Second will be all y coordinate, y1, y2, y3. Third column will be 1. They both will give you same results. Okay? Alright. But you must be wondering ki ma'am, actually this whole, if I tell you, used to method number 2. You may be used to method number 2. Now you must be thinking, ma'am, actually both the methods are not that difficult and this is a direct formula. So like at what point JEE main can trap us? Exactly at what point in this concept? Because if they give you all three x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, if they give you all three vertex, you are going to put the value. You are going to get the area. Okay. Now just ask me this question, ma'am. Okay, this is a very straightforward question. At exactly what is that thing where JEE main or JEE advanced can trap us? Where are the chances of making mistake, ma'am? So mistakes will happen when they will actually not give you the complete vertices. Instead of that, what they will give you is, they will give you area. Area of triangle they will be provided to you. Okay. And coordinates x1, y1 will also be provided, x2, y2 will also be provided, x3, y3 may they will actually hide the y3. So they will give you y3 as any constant a and b, any variable, basically any unknown. So one unknown they will give you from any of the vertex. Everything, rest everything including area will be given. So now the chances of making mistake will be what? So area, for area you have to apply the external modulus. Okay, so in this question modulus is important. If you forget the modulus na, hai na, majority of the students will forget the modulus in reverse question. Do you understand what is reverse question? Wherein they will give you the area but they will hide any vertex. And if you forget to apply the modulus, then you are going to make a major mistake. That we are going to do it. Okay, all right, clear? Chalo. ये collinearity, हाँ, तो ये तो this is a very basic question, है ना? This is a very just NTA things. क्या बात है? Okay, so this is a very basic question. First of all, let us understand like how to apply the formula. Then let us just talk about how to beat the NTA. Okay, so area of the triangle. So area will be what? Half. Now 3, 2. So this is x1, y1. First row will be 3, 2, 1. This is x2, y2. 11, 8, 1. x3, y3, 8, 12, 1. Okay. And now we need to apply modulus. Because area cannot be negative, right? Okay. So area will be what? Modulus of half of. Half will be there. Now just start expanding the determinant. You know how to expand the determinant. So this is going to be 3. 8 minus 12. 8 minus 12 is minus 4. Then minus 2. 11 minus 8. 11 minus 8 is 3. Plus 1 last. So this is going to be 11 into 12. So that is going to be 132 minus 64. Okay, so area will be equals to half will always be there, ठीक है, and this is minus 12 minus 6 plus 132 minus 64 will be 36 plus 32, that is going to be 68. 68 minus 18, so 68 minus 18 will be 50 by 2, तो 25 square units will be the correct answer. 20 बोल रहे, 20 बोल रहे हो, why 20? 25, 25 ना, $25 square units. 20, 50 by 2 ना बच्चों. Have I done any mistake? $36, let me just check. 36 and 32 is 68. 68 minus हाँ, तो actually I have also done, like I have to apply. Now it's fine, है ना? तो very easy, like direct formula based question. Now here comes the real question. Dug, ठीक है, let's do it. The maximum area, this is area. The maximum area of the triangle formed by these 3 points is what has asked in this question, right? So maximum area, chalo ठीक है. So we know how to do it. Area will be equals to 1 by 2. So the first row will be x1, y1 and 1. So 0, 0, 1, very easy. First row we are getting 1. Then this is a cos theta, b sin theta and 1, right? And next a cos theta minus b sin theta and 1, ठीक है, okay. So this is your area, that is going to be half. Now expand it. So 0, 0. So last, how to open the determinant, just tell me, right? So 1, ठीक है, 1. So this is minus ab cos theta sin theta and minus ab cos theta sin theta. Okay, so this is your area, and let's not forget there is a modulus. Okay, let's not forget the modulus. So area will be, tell me, half. Okay, half, and modulus is already there, so that's why negative sign we have neglected, but modulus is still applied. So this is going to be mod of 2ab sin theta cos theta, correct? Okay, so area will be what? Tell me. Do not cancel 2. Do not do that, because we need that 2. 2 sin theta cos theta will be what? So mod of AB sin 2 theta. Okay, can I just do that? 1 by 2 mod AB and mod sin theta. Okay, and now we are interested in maximum value of the area. Maximum value of the area. So to see, A and B actually are fixed. What is variable? Theta is the variable. If we vary theta, the value of sin 2 theta will change. We need to ensure that at that particular value, we need to ensure that sin 2 theta should have maximum value. Sin theta is missing, कहाँ missing? हाँ, इधर missing. Sorry, इधर लिख दो ना sin theta. ठीक है. So this should be maximum value of sin 2 theta is what? 1, right? So that is going to give you 1. So mod of AB by 2 will be the maximum value of area. A max is mod AB by 2. Option C is absolutely right, my dear students. Yes, Adiksha. All right, absolutely correct. Okay, all right. Yes. Chalo. So area of triangle, I hope that this is clear, है ना? Area of triangle is clear. Now one more important point was there which talks about where exactly is that? Area of triangle only. Yes, area of triangle. So area of triangle, but now if 3 points are collinear, that means all the 3 points lie on a same line, then what will happen to area of triangle? The area of triangle will be 0. Obviously, can you clearly see there is no area which is clearly seen in this collinearity of 3 points, right? So here comes the condition of collinearity of 3 points. Yes. How to make, like if 3 points are collinear, they are telling you these 3 points are collinear and find the value of something so and so thing. So what you need to do is very easy. Area of triangle ABC will be 0 if 3 points will be collinear. So you just have to apply the same thing. Half, though there is no need to write half. So what is the condition? Just tell me. So that will be x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1, x3 y3 1 will be 0. If you make it 0, then the condition of collinearity we will achieve. What happened, Dharani? Now area of quadrilateral. Let us talk about area of, let us take a quick 5-minute break, water break, then we will talk about area of triangle, sorry, area of quadrilateral, right? Okay. So let's take a 7-minute break. Okay, 7-minute break we can take. 7:15. Chalo, 10 minutes we can take. Let's meet at resume at 8 p.m. Okay? No bigger breaks like 20 minutes wala, because the session is not that 6 hour long. Okay? Small breaks will work for us. Chalo. All right, all right. Ma'am, please make detailed lectures. Detailed, this is detailed only, na Vikash? This is detailed only. Are you not finding it detailed? You want more detailed? All right, area of quadrilateral. Okay. So remember, I was telling you there were two methods, right? Adiksha, are you here? I was telling you there were two methods to find area of triangle, है ना? One was the proper determinant which we are using, and another was that like if 3 points are given, then we will make 4 columns: x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, and then x1, y1 again. So in area of quadrilateral, there is a reason why I taught you this, because that is actually a generalized method. Okay, that is a generalized method. Okay, determinants part 1 PDF in Jungle Book. Yes, I'm going to do right today, because that PDF is in this system which I'm using right now. So after that I'm going to use that. Okay, do that. Chalo. So what I'm trying to say is, whenever you see, now generalize, not even for quadrilateral, but for pentagon, but for hexagon, like n times polygon, area of polygon you can calculate just by this generalized method. So whenever you see quadrilateral, that means how many points? 4 points. So you need to make 5 columns. For triangle you made 4 columns. Remember, let me go back. Na? Triangle, let me go back to the triangle and let me just show you. For triangle, what did we do? We made 4 columns, right? Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, 1 extra column, right? So for quadrilateral, right, this method is very, very important because that's a generalized method. So if I talk about quadrilateral, then what will happen is, quadrilateral will have how many points? 4 points. So how many columns? 5 columns. How? Tell me. So ma'am, half x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, x4, y4, and back to x1, y1. So basically cyclic order. x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, x4, y4, and back to x1, y1. One additional. Now how to like open it? You know how to open it. Okay? So let us do that. First step. Did you notice? Now crisscross. x1, y2 minus y1, x2. Can you see? Half is already there in both triangle, quadrilateral, everywhere, pentagon. Half x1, y2 minus y1, x2 plus x2, y3 minus y2, x3. Right? Are you getting it? Are you understanding? Now tell me what would be the next term. x3, y4 minus y3, x4, my dear students. And last, final, x4, y1 minus x1, y4. This is your area of PQRS quadrilateral, and this is actually can be generalized for pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon, dodecagon, tuck. समझ रहे हो? Are you getting it? So area of polygon. Polygon means n sides. So can you see? There are n sides, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. How many rows I will place? How many columns? Sorry. So for area of polygon, there are n sides, no? So one extra column I have to make. Okay. So half will be there. Okay. x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, tuck, x1, xn, yn, and one extra, which is x1, y1. Again, how will we do that? Crisscross. Tell me that crisscross. x1, y2 minus y1, x2. And we are going to do that. Keep on doing that. What would be the last term? Last term would be xn, y1 minus yn, x1. Do not forget to apply the modulus. Okay. Alright. Are we ready for a question then? Chalo. Area of pentagon we need to calculate. So area will be what? Half. Ma'am, first 1. Okay. Second is 7, 21. Third is what? 7 minus 3. Fourth is what? 12, 2, and 0 minus 3, and 1 last. This one will be same. The first and last column should be same. And let's not forget there will be modulus, okay? So area delta of pentagon would be half. 21 minus 7 is 14 plus, okay, this and this. Now next, 7 3s are minus 21. So minus 21 and minus 21 into 7. Then plus, okay, so this is the first thing. This is the second thing. Now next, 7 2s are 14, minus minus plus 36. Okay, and then 36 minus 0. So minus 36 plus minus 36 minus 0. And the last, which is 0 plus 3. 0 minus minus 3 will become 0 plus 3. Modulus is already there and we just have to solve it. Okay, all right. Okay, 1 by 2. One student is saying, Aryan, कुछ questions खुद से भी तो solve करो. So what do you think? This question is, I am not solving this question. My ghost is solving this question. Some paranormal activity is going on. Or my AI avatar is solving this question. Huh, Aryan? What do you say? I am solving this question. This is me only. Me writing. Okay? So 40. Okay. This is actually minus 7. Minus 7 minus 21 into 7 plus 14 plus 36. 36 cancel, no? Plus 3, that's it. Now you just solve it out. Modulus, let's not forget. Okay. So half, if I take 7 common, so minus 7 common, if I take, it will become 22. And 14 plus 3 will become 17. Hai na? Now you can just solve it out, take modulus of it and tell me the correct answer also. Okay. All right. Clear? है ना? तो correct answer, just tell me. Can you solve it and tell me? 68.5, 137 by 2. All right, clear? Chalo. Now let us talk about yes. So the first part of straight lines is clear, I guess, है ना? Wherein we discussed area of triangle, we discussed distance formula, we discussed area of quadrilateral, area of parallelogram, ठीक है? We discussed distance formula and a midpoint formula. All these things till now we have covered. Now we are entering in the second phase of straight lines, where we will be discussing about centers related to the triangle. What are the centers related to the triangle? Tell me. Yeah, this is a basic question. Now we were trying to actually apply it. Okay. So we were trying to apply it. For application, I will pick a basic question. Okay. है ना? So that now, like in future, when we go for like majority of question, where it comes that okay, you have to calculate area of triangle, quadrilateral, so you don't have to like think about it ki how to calculate, है ना? So yes, centers of a triangle. ठीक है? तो what are Adiksha saying? Orthocenter, centroid. Tell me more. Tell me more. Circumcenter. Dharani is saying okay. One more. है ना? तो we will talk about centroid, we will talk about circumcenter, we will talk about orthocenter. What is one more pending? One more. Incenter. Did you guys forget it? Incenter also we are going to learn. ठीक है? So one by one, because in JEE main, if you just go and check the question paper, in JEE main there are a lot of questions from these centers. So these centers are very important. Okay. Alright, so pay attention. And these centers are important for upcoming like circles and parabola, right? That chapter will also combine the question with centers of a triangle. ठीक है? Hi, good evening Siddhant. How are you? तो चलो let's start with the center, the easiest of all the centers of a triangle. ठीक है. So now what is a centroid? Centroid is nothing but, so whenever you have a triangle, can you see a triangle over here? So whenever you see a triangle, so in triangle there are three sides. Okay. Now these three sides will have three midpoints respectively. Suppose suppose BC is having D as a midpoint, right? And AD will be called as a median. Okay, what is a median? I told you already. Median is nothing but line joining vertex with opposite side midpoint. So vertex A and midpoint of BC, if I join them together, AD will become a median. Similarly, this time B and midpoint of AC, which is E, right? So B and E, if I join, it is another, the second median. And the third median, if you can see, that is going to be CF. F is the midpoint of AB. Correct? So if you join all the three, if you like draw all the three medians, their point of concurrency or their meeting point is exactly 1. This meeting point, which we call as point of concurrency. What is point of concurrency? That means meeting at single point. So that single point you are seeing is nothing but G, which is centroid. Okay. All right. Clear? है ना? Now what is important? So first thing which is important is the coordinates of centroid. Coordinates of centroid. So the coordinates of centroid we can actually calculate. Okay. So coordinate of centroid matlab G ka we have to calculate. How do I calculate? Just tell me. So for that what we need to do is, so first of all let me just tell you G, let us suppose this is x comma y here. So coordinate of centroid will be given by what? X coordinate will be sum of all the x coordinate, x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. This is your x coordinate of the triangle, right? Centroid. And what is the y coordinate? Same, pattern is same, template is same. That is going to become y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Okay. So this is your y coordinate of centroid. Very basic. This everybody should understand, everybody should learn. Now one more important point which you are already seeing on your screen is this. Centroid divides the median in ratio 2:1. Centroid divides the median in what ratio? 2:1 is that ratio. Okay, what does that mean? That you have to remember very, very clearly. What does that mean? So basically centroid divides the median. So median is AD. So G point divides AD in which ratio? So this is twice and this is 1 times. 2:1. Remember, this portion is always bigger and this portion is always smaller. And this also. BG is 2, GE is also 2:1. And if I talk about this, this will be 2 and this will be 1. Is it clear? Okay. Any doubt? Any confusion? Okay. Alright, so centroid divides the median in which ratio? 2:1. Now let us do a question, right? Let's do a question based on this. So here you have a question which says, if the centroid of the triangle formed by A comma B, B comma C and C comma A is the origin. Okay. So this time what they are saying is centroid of the triangle is origin. Okay. So what does that mean? Centroid, that is G, is nothing but 0, 0. Right? What they are trying to ask is A cube plus B cube plus C cube ka value. Value of A cube plus. So I want you guys to try this out first. One student Vijayshri is already saying, Vijayshri is already telling me that the answer is B. Let's see. I'm not saying he's correct. Let's see. What about others? Every time Vijayshri is giving me answer, where are you, Dharani? Huh? Chalo. Centroid is 0, 0. So let us apply that formula which we have understood right away. Okay, so x coordinate will be what? x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. A plus b plus c by 3 is equals to 0, and next also will give you same result, by the way. b plus c plus a, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3 is also 0. Okay, that means both things actually, both the things are giving me same thing, which is basically a plus b plus c is nothing but 0. And now what are they asking? A cube plus b cube plus c cube value. This is so very obvious. Those people who remember the condition from 9th class, this was there in 9th class. When a plus b plus c is 0, then a cube plus b cube plus c cube becomes 3 times a b c. है ना? If a plus b plus c is 0, then a cube plus b cube plus c cube becomes 3abc. So clearly, like, this is a question from current centroid, but it is superimposing something which we already studied in our grade 9. है ना? Okay. Hi DRK Gaming, how are you? Hello. ठीक है, चलो let's do one more question. Are we ready for it? चलो ठीक है. Dhanju, yeah, I understand you're looking for advanced questions. So this session we are not going to do advanced question. So I'm going to take one more session on straight lines. So this session is all about clearing the basics, because when I teach you advanced question, when I give you advanced question, then you won't feel like कि oh ma'am कुछ समझ नहीं आया. So the second question is going to be a really intense session. I already told you in the beginning. So this session is all about building basics. Okay. So that your basics are rock solid, and then we will go towards the second session, straight line. So this is all about coordinate geometry. We are introduction to coordinate geometry. Okay, but this is also in your syllabus, by the way. Okay, chalo, two vertices of a triangle are given. ठीक है, तो x1 comma y1 is given to you, which is, tell me, -1 comma 4, and x2 comma y2 is already given to you, which is 5 comma 2, and x3 comma y3 is unknown. And centroid, that is x comma y. Centroid ka coordinates this time is given, which is what? Tell me, 0 comma -3. Now we just have to apply the formula, है ना? We just have to apply the formula. Let's do that, है ना? X will be what? x1 plus x2 plus x3. So x will be x1. Why am I doing that? है ना? Directly I can apply. 0 will be equals to -1 plus 5 plus x3 by 3. Okay, and -3 will be equal to, tell me, 4 plus 2 plus y3 upon 3. Correct? x3 ka value and y3 ka value you can clearly calculate. So x3 will be, so this is 5 minus 1, x3 will be -4. So tell me, this is wrong, this is wrong. And now from here, y3 plus 6 equals to -9. No, keep, है ना? From the current slide. ठीक है, so this is actually going to be what? -9. -9. So this is -6 minus 9 is option A. Option A. All right. Correctamundo is option A. Option A is correctamundo. ठीक है, तो centroid is clear, I guess, है ना? Centroid में, so there is this much in centroid. Now centroid will get combined with circumcenter, orthocenter to make beautiful questions, right? Now incenter, what is incenter? Just tell me one thing. Tell me, who remember what is incenter? Who knows it? What is incenter? So incenter is nothing but point of concurrency of, or meeting point of internal angle bisector, my dear students, internal angle bisectors. Okay, So again, if I draw a triangle ABC, right, and internal angle bisector, so that means I need to draw all the angles, right? So angle A ko bisector will look like this. AD is what? Angle bisector. That means if this angle, complete angle is, let's say 30 degree, 15 degree, so this line will divide the angle in two equal parts. This is how angle bisectors look like. Okay? Now again, similarly we will do with angle B and angle C, and now you can clearly see this point is nothing but in center, my dear students, in center. Okay? And now the formula to calculate in center is what? The formula to calculate in center, to calculate in center we need more than the vertex. To calculate centroid is very easy. We only need the vertex. है ना? Centroid में what we need to do is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. But this time we need length of all the sides as well. So we need BC, that is side opposite to vertex A will be denoted as small a, that is BC. Side opposite to capital B vertex is nothing but small b, and side which is opposite to this is small c. And if you see the formula of incenter, that will be nothing but, so x, this I incenter ka x coordinate will be ax1, understand this, ax1, that means length multiply vertex opposite plus b times x2 plus c times x3, so c times x3 upon sum of all the sides of the triangle, right? If you understand this, then similar thing you have to apply for just tell me y also. So this is going to be what? ay1 plus by2 plus cy3 upon a plus b plus c. Okay, all right. Now similarly, so there are some things we need to remember about incenter. Okay, what is that? Let us understand. So first of all, this so if I have to calculate ai upon ix, let's say ai upon ix, that means this upon this. It was very easy in centroid. 2:1 was the ratio. But hey, in center it is a little bit trickier. But I will tell you how to remember it. So ai upon ix will be nothing but c plus b upon a. Now you must be like, ma'am, hold on, how are you even getting it? How will we remember it? So let me tell you that actually ai upon ix is what? C plus b upon a. Yes. So how are we getting it? So just tell me ai. So just add left and right, or you can say the adjacent length. So that is going to be b plus c. Can you see b plus c in the numerator? B plus c, and the remaining thing will be in denominator. Okay, did not get it? Do it with one more thing. Do it with with me also, है ना? Do it with me also, है ना? So ai by ix. Now tell me bi upon ix. Who is going to tell me bi upon ix? So ma'am, you told us bi, है ना? So bi is this. So what are the adjacent? Just tell me c and a. So what you need to write in the numerator? A and c, and whichever side is left, you have to write it over here. Okay, ma'am. Ci upon, not ix, actually this is iy, no? Bi, iy. This is y. And iz. Ci upon iz. Now tell me ci. So ci upon, sorry, this is ci, this is ci, and iz. This is z, this is y. Ci upon iz. So ma'am, ci. So what is? So b plus a, ma'am, b plus a. A plus b, what is remaining? Left out will be c. Okay, all right. Okay, remember this. Now one more thing, just last thing. I know that this I've also faced a lot of things कि अरे how to remember it, but then I realized but I have to remember it ना, so I made it easy for you. You have to remember it. Now one more ratio you have to remember in Incenter, okay, which is this bx and xc. So bx upon xc, and it is also not very difficult to remember, है ना, bx upon xc. Okay, so just if it is bx ना, just go towards the left, do this, lift मांगते हैं ना. Do you know how we like whenever we are on road, how will we like stop someone? Do you know the symbol? If you want to like take a lift on the road, although it is unsafe, but even if you want to take it, what is the symbol for someone to stop, like drop me somewhere? It is like this. So same we have to do it, xc upon bx. No Flambeau, सही, bx upon xc, है ना. You can make it xc upon bx also, but this is fine, है ना. तो yes, bx upon xc. So just tell me, bx is actually going towards, bx is towards c. Can you see? bx is towards c and xc is towards b. So c by b. Understanding or not? So basically, if bx upon xc, you are liking about bx upon xc na, so left right, so left c upon b, है ना, c upon b. Now similarly, if I ask you what is ay upon yc, just tell me ay upon yc. Ay upon yc, so it is going to be c upon a, है ना. तो we are actually ay upon yc is like this, तो ay, so lift मांगना है, c and a, तो c upon a. C upon a. So you just have to understand bx upon xc is this only, c and b, so c by b, है ना. Are you able to visualize it, है ना. bx upon xc is c upon b, है ना. And then ay upon yc is what? c upon a, ठीक है, c upon a. And last, shall I ask you, az upon zb. Now you are going to tell me. Tell me. What will be the answer? So you, ma'am, okay. Ma'am, az upon zb. So az upon zb na, az, this is the thing. So b upon a. Yes, Shiva Kumari, absolutely right. B upon a. Adiksha, absolutely right. ठीक है, this is the incenter. ठीक है, now incenter is actually related to a circle. Do you know that? Incenter is nothing but, so incenter is related to a circle which we call it as a incircle. So what is incircle? Incircle is nothing but that circle which is drawn inside the triangle but which will touch all the sides of the triangle. That means the largest possible circle we need to draw, है ना, largest possible circle we need to draw with the center in center. The center would be in center, right? The center would be in center, right? And this is your in circle, है ना. Just the terminologies, so you have to understand this terminology as well. Now very basic question on the incenter I have in my plate. Are we ready for it? So very basic question says the vertices of a triangle are 4, -2, -2, 4 and 5, 5. Then we need to figure out its in center. So in center के लिए you know, देखो, without plotting the triangle ना, it is very difficult to solve such questions. 4, -2, है ना. Then we are having -2, 4. Then we are having 5, 5. To calculate incenter, we actually need to calculate the length of the sides. ठीक है. So this side will be what? Just tell me. So 4 square root of 36 and 36. Square root of 36 plus 36. Can you just orally calculate this? Square root of 2 into 36. 6 root 2. So this is 6 root 2. Verify. Verify the side. Let us take, this is A, B and C. Okay. Alright. So 4 comma minus 2 minus 2 comma 4. 6 root 2. है ना, स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 6 करेक्ट किया है, कैलकुलेशन राइट है ना. नाउ 5 माइनस माइनस 2 7 49. 5 माइनस माइनस 2 49. 7 का स्क्वायर 49 and 1. The root 50. So this is square root of 50. This length is square root of 50. Square root of 50 is 5 root 2. Okay. And this AC will be square root of 1 and okay, फिर से again 5 root 2. This seems to be an equilateral triangle. Ravali is saying, first which lesson to watch, inverse trigonometry or sets and relations? Beta, sets and relations are very basic. It is like your class 11th sets. Basically majority we have studied sets only. If like it is actually not linked. What is linked is relations and functions. So you should watch relations and functions first, right? Trigonometry first and then go towards ITF, inverse trigonometry function. Now what to do? Just apply the formula, you remember, okay? So x coordinate of incenter will be what? ax1. So ax1, 5 root 2, this is your a. 5 root 2 into 4. So 5 root 2 is a, x1 is 4, plus, now 5 root 2 into minus 2. 5 root 2 into minus 2. This is your b x2 and finally c x1. So 6 root 2 into 5 upon, we need to add all the lengths, okay? So 5 root 2 plus 5 root 2 plus 6 root 2. Clearly root 2 root 2 root 2 root 2 root 2 is actually getting out. Root 2 is gone. So x coordinate will be 5 4s are 20 plus minus 10 and 6 5s are 30. So 50. Okay, and this is 5 और 5 और 5 10. 10 और 6 16. So x will be, tell me 50. 40 by 16. 4 4s are 4 10s are. So 5 by 2 is your x coordinate. What does that mean? It is clearly option B is wrong, C is wrong, D is wrong. Option A is absolutely right, my dear students. है ना? Okay. And actually, I don't even have to like calculate in this question, but even if I calculate, can you see same data will get formed? Even if you calculate y coordinate, na, just tell me. 5 root 2 into 4, है ना? So again see y. 5 root 2 into 4 will get formed. Right? Same set will get formed. Calculation will be exactly same. 5 root 2 into 4. 5 root 2 into 4. Y coordinate will be same exactly. Right? And then 5 root 2 into minus 2. 5 root 2 into minus 2. Okay? And then 6 root 2 into 5. Can you see? Same exactly. X and Y will be exactly same. Option A is absolutely right. Easy peasy lemon squeezy question. What do you think? Okay? Now the third center, which is orthocenter. Okay? Orthocenter. Let us understand the orthocenter. Orthocenter is point of concurrencies of all the altitudes. We can also call it as perpendicular, my dear students. Perpendicular. Okay. So basically again we need to draw a triangle and then what we need to do is we need to drop an altitude from vertex A. We need to drop an altitude from vertex A. Altitude means a line which is coming from vertex A but is perpendicular to BC. Can you see this? Similar thing we need to do with all the vertex. A line from B will be dropped such that it is perpendicular to AC and a line from C will be dropped such that perpendicular to the DC. Okay. Okay. So over here, this is the point. H. H is orthocenter. ठीक है. Shiva Kumari is saying if this is our in mains paper, we will be, yes, Shiva Kumari, but you have to be there in my Saturday session. Then if you feel that that is also easy in a combination, then you can just text me ki ma'am yes, है ना. Periodicity I have already, Ravali, I have already taught you periodicity. Maybe you have not seen that session completely. Towards the end we have studied periodicity also, ठीक है. Okay. So yes, orthocenter. Now formula for orthocenter is actually, they will directly not ask formula for orthocenter. There is a technique. By the help of that technique you will be able to calculate it. What you need to remember about orthocenter, let me tell you, is orthocenter in case of right angle triangle, that is a special case. So just tell me one thing, very important, okay. So again, for a right angle triangle, let us try to create all the three altitudes, है ना. Let us try to create all the altitudes. So from point A, what I have to do is I have to drop a perpendicular, right, which is perpendicular to BC. Okay, let us do the same thing for right angle triangle, which we just did it for a general triangle. Okay, so point A, this is your point A. What we are going to do is, this is your side BC. We are actually going to drop a perpendicular to side BC. But wait a minute, ma'am, hold on. So if I have to draw the perpendicular, but this perpendicular is already done. Actually, if you observe, the side AC in this case, ma'am, side AC is itself the altitude from vertex A. Yes or no? है ना? Side AC is the altitude from vertex A, which is actually perpendicular to BC. Okay, so this is altitude number 1. We need 3 altitudes, right? One by one. So we need AC. Okay, AC is already 1 altitude. Now let us talk about the second altitude, and then we will talk about the third altitude. Now just tell me again, from B point I have to drop a perpendicular to AC, isn't it? From this point, if I just drop the perpendicular to AC, what will happen? So B, say if I drop the perpendicular, that second altitude, the second altitude, ma'am, hold on, this side BC is itself the altitude from B. Okay, so altitude number 1 is BC, altitude number 2 is AC, and their meeting point or their point of concurrency is nothing but C, which is nothing but the orthocenter. And the third, if I talk about point C, so if I drop the altitude from point C to this will look like this. And now just tell me, AC, BC and third altitude meeting point is orthocenter. What does that mean? Can you see? Orthocenter is nothing but right angular vertex. That vertex which is actually getting a right angle. In right angle triangle, vertex at right angle, is orthocenter only. Very, very important. Very, very important. Okay, all right, clear? Okay. So whenever a question, so yeah, so what is the trick? Ruko, ninja tip, time for a ninja tip. Okay, what is the time? Whenever, ever in a question, if 3 vertex are given to you, okay, and they are asking you about what is the orthocenter, the very first thing which should come in your mind is, wait a minute, isn't it a right angle triangle? Let me check, because if this is a right angle triangle, that then one of the vertex which is already given in the question is answer, and that vertex which is having the right angle triangle, which is having the right angle, is your answer, bachon, is your answer. Okay. All right. So ninja tip for the day. So whenever a question is all about orthocenter, the very first condition you are going to check is it a right angle triangle or not? And trust me, 99% that triangle will be a right angle triangle, and you don't have to like apply the bigger formulas or anything. You just have to identify which out of these three vertex is that vertex which is at right angle. Okay. All right. Clear? All right. Now next, the last center, which is, what do you mean by ninja, ma'am? What do you mean ninja, ma'am? Are you asking what is ninja? So my name is Namrata Ma'am, and in offline, since offline and online, Namrata Ma'am, the students used to call me NJ ma'am, NJ ma'am, NJ. है ना? So it sounded like ninja, NJ, ninja. So that's why my name became ninja. You guys call me ninja only, okay? So the point of concurrency of perpendicular side bisectors of a triangle. What is a circumcenter? Understand. Very basic. What is perpendicular side bisector? So suppose you have taken a triangle, okay, and now you are trying to draw what? Perpendicular bisectors. Now what are perpendicular bisector? So suppose you take BC, okay, and if you take midpoint of BC, so midpoint of BC is D, and from this D you have to drop a perpendicular, and this perpendicular need not to be passed through A. Remember, this perpendicular we are not dropping from vertex, rather this perpendicular we are dropping from the midpoint of sides. So this is one perpendicular bisector. Now this is another perpendicular bisector which is passing through midpoint of AB, which is F, and the third perpendicular bisector, and this very point you can see is circumcenter. Yes, this very point is nothing but circumcenter. All right. And if I talk about the circumcenter, okay, so very important point, just like incenter and circumcenter, in circum. So what is the like relation, similarity between in and circum, or what is difference? In matlab inside. So remember that in circle was actually drawn inside the triangle, but circumcenter. So circum is nothing but outside the triangle. Can you see that? This is your circumcircle. Okay, clear? Right. So center is what? The center of this circumcircle is circumcenter. All right, clear? Now again, these two things you have to understand, especially orthocenter. Just tell me, we just studied that orthocenter is in case of right angle triangle, orthocenter is nothing but a vertex at right angle. Okay. Now what about circumcenter? Let us see. Okay, ma'am. Now suppose it is a right angle triangle. Now if I try to draw a circle which is passing through, let's try to draw a circle which is passing through, काफी घटिया सर्कल बनाया है मैडम ने, है ना? Let us try to draw the circle a little bit better, right? Oh, nice. No, it's not good, but anyway, I can't do better than this. Okay, so this is a circle, right? Now the center of this circle will be what? So this is a circumcircle, right? We are looking for, in right angle triangle case, what we are looking for? We are looking for center, right? Now just tell me one thing, that this line actually is subtending an angle of 90 degree at circumference. Remember that theorem which you have already studied in grade 10. Angle in a semicircle. If you consider a semicircle, so Angle in a semicircle is always 90 degree. Did you remember that? Angle in a semicircle is 90 degree, right? So now, what does that mean? That AB divides the complete circle into two equal parts. So AB is actually a diameter of that circle. Oh my god, that means midpoint of AC, which is what? Hypotenuse, is nothing but what? Is nothing but circumcenter of a right angle triangle. And now one important thing over here you have to understand the geometry of it. If this is the midpoint, just tell me, these two are equal? And hold on, if I join these 2 points, this is also equal. So this length is also radius. Obviously, because I am joining the center to the circumference. So this is also R, radius. This is also radius because half of diameter, na, midpoint, center to circumference, radius. This is also radius. So these three things are absolutely equal. Understand the geometry behind it. है ना? Yes, midpoint of AC. Circumcenter clear? Okay. Now, very important. O ratio G ratio C. OGC. Sorry. OGC ऐसे कैसे लिख दिया मैंने? OG is to GC. OG is to GC का ratio is 2:1. Very important. OG is to GC का ratio will be 2:1. Now ma'am, what is this? Always you have to remember this, huh? This is my actually standard way of saying it. So whenever I tell you OGC ratio, so you will tell me 2:1. Ma'am, but what is OGC ratio? So for OGC ratio, to understand this, first of all you understand O is nothing but orthocenter, denoted by H. There is a standard denotion O. O is orthocenter. Even if you forget H, it is fine, but O means orthocenter. What is G? You know it, right? What is G? Ma'am, G is centroid. Standard way of representing a centroid. And C, what is C, ma'am? Circumcenter. है ना? So it is actually not very difficult to remember also, na? O, G, C, orthocenter, centroid, circumcenter. This ratio is nothing but 2:1. First thing is, in any triangle, orthocenter, centroid and circumcenter, these three centers are lying in one line. That line is called as Euler's line. Although this is like nobody will ask you what this line is called, we call it, but this line is called as Euler's line. है ना? So centroid divides orthocenter and circumcenter in which ratio? 2:1 ratio. So centroid divides orthocenter, and now the very important part, most of the student will forget. Okay, there was a ratio which was 2:1. Centroid was in middle, but I don't remember which was in like left hand side and which was in right hand side. That's why I say remember OGC. ठीक है? You have that shortcut ना, original. OG को आप क्या बोलते हो? Original? OG, original. है ना? तो OG ratio GC. That's how you can remember it. So centroid divides orthocenter and circumcenter into 2:1 ratio. ठीक है? That is one thing. Another thing is in isosceles triangle. This is also very important. In isosceles triangle, centroid, incenter and circumcenter and orthocenter in isosceles triangle, all these four centers which we have already studied lie on the same line. Okay. Anyway, in any triangle, centroid, circumcenter and orthocenter anyway lie on the same line in any given triangle. But when it comes to isosceles, incenter also join that line. Are you getting my point? Let me just repeat it. In generic, any triangle, scalene triangles, any triangle, orthocenter, centroid and circumcenter form a line. Okay. But if I talk about isosceles, Isosceles में incenter also will like join this. Incenter also will stay on this line. ठीक है? So in any triangle, centroid, circumcenter, orthocenter was actually like lying on that line. Now when it comes to isosceles, incenter also lie on that line. And one very important of all, Bap of all, God of all. In an equilateral triangle, very important, these 4 points are one and same. These 4 points are one and same. So if I give you an equilateral triangle, this is centroid. This is orthocenter, this is circumcenter, and this is what? Incenter. That means all 4 points are same only. Acha, okay. So ma'am, why are you saying this is very important? I mean, okay, theek hai. I mean, what is the use of it? How can we like apply this thing in question? So basically, whenever a question says that calculate incenter or calculate circumcenter or calculate orthocenter, okay, and an equilateral triangle is given to you, for example, then you understand that out of all 4 centers, which one is the easiest to calculate? Obviously centroid, right? So instead of calculating orthocenter or circumcenter or incenter, you will always calculate centroid because that is easier to calculate. So you will calculate centroid and you will say that this is centroid, this is the orthocenter, this is incenter, this is same, everything is same only, right? So you calculate centroid and you chipkao everywhere, है ना? So like that, this can be helpful in calculation, है ना? Got it? That's how you can take a help. Now, let the orthocenter and centroid of a triangle is given. Acha, orthocenter is given now. Remember that OGC line, OGC, correct? Orthocenter is given -3, 5 and G 3, 3 centroid, है ना? C is circumcenter, which we do not know. Then the radius of the circle having a line segment AC as diameter. Okay, so this is your actually A point, this is your B point, and this is your C only as per the question, right? So can I just calculate the C point? Obviously by using 2:1 ratio. So calculate C point, and then what they are asking is, if AC is the diameter, then you have to figure out radius. So calculate AC, which is the diameter, divide by 2 will give you radius. Tell me, will you be able to do that? Yes or no? है ना? The question says that orthocenter and centroid are given. Orthocenter we know O, ठीक है? Centroid is G. Circumcenter is C, which they have not given. So we know that O orthocenter G is given, so 2:1 is the ratio. Can we, using this ratio, can we calculate this C? If we are able to calculate C, then we can calculate AC distance, which is a diameter. Half of it will be radius. Just tell me, is that question very difficult? Okay. Chalo, let's understand. Okay. So ma'am, suppose I mark it as x, y, है ना? And let us apply section formula. Section formula says that this 3 is equals to 2 times x. Remember that crisscross, m times x1, 1 times -3 upon 2 plus 1 is 3. So from here actually you can calculate what? 3 3s are 9, 9 plus 3 is 12. So from here 2x is equals to 12. Can I write x equals to 6 from here directly? Can I do that? Yes? है ना? This is x coordinate, so 6 comma. C is coming out as 6 comma. Similarly y we can calculate, right? So that is what? So 3. This is 3. Now again 2 into y equal to, 2 into y plus. So basically m y1 sorry, m y2 and n y1. So plus 5 upon 2 plus 1 3. From here if I want to calculate y, 3 is a 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. 2y is equals to 4. So y is equals to 2. Just calculate and let me know whether I have done correct or not. 6 comma 2 is point C and A is minus 3 comma 5. So obviously diameter is AC, which is what? Square root of, tell me, 6 plus 3 ka square. So 6 plus 3 ka square, 9 ka square, 81 plus, next 2 minus 5, that is minus 3 ka square is 9. 81 plus 9, right? So AC will be what? Root 90. है ना? तो radius will be what? Root 90 upon 2. Now root 90 upon 2 is matching with width. So root 90 is what? Tell me, 9 and 10. So 3 root 10 by 2. 3 root 10 by 2. Can anybody tell me 3 root 10 by 2? Okay. So again, 3 root 10 by 2. If I rationalize it, then can you see? This is actually 3 root 10 by 2. Option C ko if you rationalize, you will get the answer. Yes, Vijay, absolutely right. है ना? Easy peasy. What do you think? Okay, ma'am, clear. Now, shifting of origin. ठीक है? Shift. The two more topics are pending: shifting of origin and locus. So it will take us another half an hour probably. So let us take a 5-minute break. Can we take a quick 5-minute break? Okay, so what is the time right now? What is the time right now? ठीक है, 5-minute quick 5-minute break ले लेते हैं, है ना? 5-minute break. I don't know what's the time right now. Then the pending 2 topics we can do. हाँ शिव कुमारी, I saw your answer. Yes, option C. Sorry. हाँ, कोई नहीं. Yes, your answers are visible. Yes. बच्चों for PYQs there is already a series going on. For PYQs a series is already going on where we are covering all the PYQs, by the way. Okay, and in these sessions also we are covering PYQ, but you all know that there are so many PYQs in 2024, so here we have to teach also. We can't cover all PYQ, although we try to cover all the important PYQs as much as we can. Okay, but this session will not cover all the PYQs. That's why a series is going on. I don't know whether you know or not, but that thing is actually giving you all the PYQs which were asked in JEE in 2024, chapter wise also. Okay, and yeah, you will obviously Shivakumari, yes, definitely you're going to get the questions from these topics. Yes, definitely. When is sequence and series already finished? Sequence and series to already done now, done and dusted. Okay, sequence and series, go and watch that lecture, Sunny. Okay, chalo, shifting of origin. So what we do is, this is your the original axis, x, small x and small y, correct? And now shifting of origin means that what you do is, now x, this is your original, I would say original axis. Okay, all right. Now in this system there is a point small x comma small y, correct? Are you getting my point? And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna make a generalize also. So this is your, let's say this point is 2, 3, correct? 2, 3. Are you getting my point? So what we did is, shifting of origin I will introduce, but let us understand there is a scenario whereas there is x-axis, the original one, y-axis, original one, and there is a point in this particular scenario, x comma y. So if I just want to like understand the scenario P, so this length is what? So this length, if I talk about now, this length will be what? Tell me. So this length from here to here, this is x, right? And this length is y, correct or not? This length is y. This is your x length, this is your y length. Okay, now what we are doing is, we are shifting the origin, है ना? Right now the origin at 0, 0, है ना? अभी now we are shifting the origin at some other point which is, let's say, h comma k. So this h comma k, है ना? h comma k is suppose your new origin. So now new origin means new x-axis and new y-axis. Okay, all right. So this is x, this is your y. Okay, so if I ask you, coordinate of this point with respect to xy axis is what? With respect to the original xy axis. Understand, ma'am? With respect to original, the coordinate is 0, 0. This is the origin. Okay, coordinate of this point with respect to new coordinate system is what? Ma'am, coordinate of this point with respect to new system is origin, right? This is not transformation of axis, this is shifting of origin, that is different. So this is a 0, 0 with respect to capital X and capital Y. Try to understand this. Okay, and if I talk about this point is h comma k with respect to the original system. Okay, now we need to establish the relation between small x and capital X. Okay, okay, chalo. So just tell me one thing. This point is x comma y with respect to the original system. Now this point P, this position P will have new coordinates, obviously, capital X comma capital Y. Yes or no? Yes. Wherein this length will be x, this length will be y, because x comma y with respect to this. Okay, x and y, got it? And this is your x, this is your y. And if I talk about, this is your h, this is your k. Okay, now what we need to do is, we just need to equate the distances what you are seeing right now. If I am seeing that this x is actually, small x is equals to h plus this length. H plus, can you see what is this? This length is capital X. Oh ma'am, okay. Getting it. And now this complete y length, we are equating just length. Y will be equals to k plus this, which is capital Y. So y will be equals to k plus capital Y. This is the formula. Now, ma'am, what is small x? Ma'am, hold on. What is small x? Just tell me one thing. This small x is nothing but the x coordinate with respect to original axis. Ma'am, what is h? H is x coordinate of that point where you have shifted the origin. What is capital X? Capital X is final coordinate of the same point. Basically, one point will have two different naming. Okay, one point will have two different type of naming. Okay, one with respect to the original one with respect to the smaller one. So this P point, the same point, okay, same point will have x comma y and capital X comma capital Y. So capital X is nothing but coordinates with respect to new origin. Now if we solve one question up, then you will understand. All you have to remember is original is equals to h plus final coordinate. Original is equals to k plus final coordinate. Okay, all right, yes, chalo. Formula you have to remember, then everything will be sorted. At what point the origin be shifted? That means what they are asking is h comma k. If the coordinate of a point 4 comma 5, this is your small x small y, this is capital X capital Y. You know the formula, just apply. Just apply. One student has a name Y and he is writing am I late. What I am seeing is why am I late? I don't know, bro. You know why are you late? What were you doing? Huh? It started at 6:30. It is almost 2.5 hours. You are late by 2.5 hours. Okay. Okay, chalo. Let us apply that formula. X is equals to capital X plus h. H is what we are looking for. Small x is what? 4. Clearly, h is coming out as 7. Similarly, y is equals to capital Y plus k. K is what we are looking for. 5 equals to 9 plus k. K is nothing but minus 4. 7 comma minus 4, option A. Easy peasy, application based hai na, very easy. Now let us level up. ठीक है, so this is also a song है ना, rap type का. Again another rap. Level up, okay. Axes are shifted to the point 1 comma, so h equals to 1 and k is equals to minus 2. That is the very first information. Now without rotation, that means we are not rotating, so there is one more concept called rotation of axis. So that's why they are clearing. We are not rotating axis. So we are just following the horizontal shifting. One student was writing also transformation of axis. No, we are not doing that. We are not transforming. We are just translating. That is called as shifting of origin. है ना? So now the equation this transforms to which equation? That means this is the original equation. So clearly small x, है ना, small x equals to capital X plus 1 and small y is equals to capital Y minus 2. Okay, so now the equation is given in small x and small y. That is the original equation. So now small x can be replaced by capital X plus 1. That will give me a new transformed equation, right? So let us do that. No? So 2 times x square की जगह x plus 1 का whole square plus y minus 2 का whole square minus 4 times x plus 1 plus 4 times y minus 2 equals to 0. ठीक है? तो now what I will do is, if I were at your place, है ना, if I was a student, what I would have done, so I would not calculate the x and y. only I need to calculate is if I'm sure, by the way, only if I'm sure, and if I have very less time, if I want to save my time, I will only focus on what is the constant term. Because if you see over here, constant term is -4, here 6, here 0, here 0. Okay, constant term both are 0. Okay, so it will eliminate the options first of all. What will be the constant term? So here I'm gonna get +2. Here I'm gonna get +4. है ना? +2, and if I open it, what will I get? +4. -4, only the constant terms, -8. So the constant term clearly is 2 minus 8, that is -6 is my constant term. -6 in the left hand side will become, so equals to 0. So -6 equals to 0. So on the right hand side it will go, it will become option B. Okay. Anyway, this is a short trick. But if I open it and if I match the complete answer, let me just do it for you. 2x square plus 4x plus 2 plus y square plus 4 minus 2y plus 4x plus 4 plus 4y minus 8 equals to 0. है ना? Sorry, it is -4x minus 4, right? These two are minus. Clearly -4 से +4 cancel. तो 2x square plus y square. 2x square plus y square. Then we are having 4x cancel, -4x. Then we are having -2y. Actually, this is -4y, right? -4y से +4y cancel. So 2x square plus y square, can you see? And the constant term is -6. Okay. Okay. All right. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now again another question. Shift the origin to a suitable point so that it will not contain a term in y and the constant. Okay, hold on. Shift the origin to a suitable point. That means the question is asking about at what point the origin should be shifted. At what point the origin should be shifted so that the transformed equation related to this will have no constant term and no term related to y. Very good question in terms of shifting of origin. Okay, ma'am. Hold on. ठीक है. Shift the origin to a suitable point. So h comma k is unknown and we know the formula. X will be replaced by this capital X plus h. Y will be replaced by y plus k. So let's do that. Y square will be what? Capital Y plus k whole square plus 4 capital Y plus k, right, plus 8 times capital X plus h minus 2 equals to 0. Now to get the value of h and k, we need to make the constant term 0 and the term related to y 0. Are you getting my point? So let's do that. Okay, term related to y. So we don't need to open it completely, although we can, but if I were at your place, I will only do that part which is required. I need a term related to y. Yes or no? So term related to y. In fact, coefficient of y from here. है ना? तो coefficient of y, tell me. Not y square, y. Okay. So ma'am, from here, if you expand this now, so one term will be y square, one term will be k square. And another term will be 2yk. So 2yk में 2k will be the coefficient of y. Okay, ma'am. Now plus 4y. So plus 4 will be the coefficient y I am extracting. That's it, ma'am. That's it. So coefficient of y should be 0. Clearly, this implies k is coming out as -2. Okay. All right. Hold on. Now the constant term should also be 0. So constant term, let us collect together. From here, what is the constant term? Ma'am, k square. From here, what is the constant term? Ma'am, 4k. From here, what is the constant term? Okay, 8h. constant term is actually coming very big. Minus 2 equals to 0. So basically constant term is 0. Okay, so now we know the value of k. K is minus 2, right? So why not we put it over here and get the value of h. Minus 2, if I put it over here, I will get 4. Then if I put it over here, it will become minus 8. Plus 8h minus 2 equals to 0. So this is going to be 8h, right? And this is minus 4 minus 2 equals to 6. H equals to 3 by 4. Okay, so the origin should be shifted at, have I done anything wrong kya? Nahin na, you are also coming same. 3 by 4 comma minus 2 is that point where we should shift the origin so that this equation have no term related to y and no constant term. Okay, all right. 6 बोल रहे हैं आप. Is it 6 guys? Let me just check one time. The answer, if I check, it is 3 by 4 comma minus 2, correct है ना? 3 by 4 comma minus 2. All right. Now the last topic of today. So by the end of this topic, locus, so 4-5 questions we will do on this topic as well. So we will be absolutely rock solid in basics of straight lines, right? And I am calling it basics actually, but you go and check. There are questions from these topics as well. But if we don't pay attention, because the straight line is a very big chunk. So what we do is we try to neglect these things which are like, this is easy, this is easy. But I realize no, if this you won't be able to understand, then the next part you won't be able to understand. Okay. So yes, locus is something you go and check. From this topic, so many questions are there. Centers related to circle, you go and check so many topics. So many questions are there in previous year questions, right? Okay. So locus, very, very important. What is locus? You know, every time I am teaching since 10 years now, I am just telling you this exactly. This is the topic which teachers find it very easy. A locus, very easy, very easy. But students, every student, ma'am, locus, I am not able to like solve locus question. I am not able to solve locus questions. So, hearing since 10 years. Okay. And let me tell you the secret recipe of locus. Okay? Today. So yes, locus, what is a locus? So basically locus is nothing but a point which is moving. A point which is moving in 2D plane. Okay, a point which is moving in a 2D plane, but not randomly. No. It is not moving randomly, but some geometrical condition is there. Some constraint is there that particle has to follow, that point has to follow. And that path, that point, that which the path follows, that path is nothing called locus. So when a point moves in plane under a certain geometric conditions that I'm going to tell you, the point traces out a path, and that path under that condition is nothing but locus. So suppose if I say कि there is a point which is moving, है ना? Moving in such a way that whose distance from a fixed point. So this is your fixed point, right? So a point which is moving in a plane whose distance from a fixed point is always same. So basically what I am trying to say is that, okay, so basically let's say a point which is moving in a plane in such a way that its distance from a fixed point is equals to, let's say, 2. Okay, so there is a point whose distance from fixed point is what? 2. So just tell me what are those points which are 2 units away from my fixed points. So it will look like this. It will look like this, 2 units, 2 units, 2 units, 2 units. So if I try to draw all the path, it indicates that it is a circle. Circle is that thing whose distance from fixed point everywhere is same. Remember that rounder, we take that fixed length. Length is 2 units, point is fixed. That's what we do, if you remember. है ना, that क्या, what do you call it? Divider? नहीं, rounder. What do you call? So we keep that tip of rounder over here And what do? We keep the moving point, which is pencil. Moving point is pencil and distance is fixed. We are not changing it. So what we get is circle. Okay? Alright, so this is like, so this path is called as locus. In that case, it is circle. Okay? Alright. So locus ka definition, I guess it is clear. Hai na? Now, there are certain steps. If you follow those steps, if you understand those steps, then the locus solving will be very, very easy for you. What are those steps? Let us understand. To find locus of any point, the very first step is consider that moving point to be h comma k and point P, let's say. You can change it also P, Q, whatever. But h comma k, you have to assign that moving point should be h comma k. Okay, that is number one step. So let us do it. Hai na? Whatever steps I am gonna write, I will do it for circles. Okay, transformation of graphs, so I have already taught na beta. No one, just go and check. Hai na? There was one session, transformation of graphs. Okay? Chalo. So this is your fixed point. And now let's say fixed point is given as 0, 0 in this particular case. Okay? And the problem statement is find the locus of a point whose distance from a fixed point is 1. You understood the statement? Find the locus of a point, of a moving point, whose distance from a fixed point, that is origin, is 1. Okay? So what we need to do is, we understood, okay ma'am, that there is a point P, which is, let's say, h comma k, which is a moving point. Okay? Which is a moving point. है ना? h comma k, 0, 0. Now the distance between, what they are saying is distance between these two points is 1. So distance between fixed point, let's say O, and point P h comma k is what? No, we cannot assign x comma y janam. We have to assign it in the very end. Although for reducing the step you can do it, but it can lead to some errors. So that's why what am I saying now in the beginning, please follow this. Then you will understand what short trick you can apply. Okay? Alright, now first step clear, we have already done that. Now what is the second step? Write the given condition in mathematical form. So locus, why exactly locus problems are difficult? It is actually not difficult. The problem all the student faces is step number 2. Converting the geometrical condition into a mathematical form is what something which students find it very difficult. But if you understand this thing, na, geometry to algebra basically, geometry to equation, very easy. So now in this question what they are saying is distance from origin of a moving point is what? Fixed, and that is 1. So that means what they are saying is apply distance formula, that's it. Okay, so mathematical condition of geometry, square root of h minus 0 ka square plus k minus 0 ka square is equals to 1. Now this geometry can be like, it is not necessary it will be always be distance. It can be distance, it can be something else also, that we will understand. Okay? Yeah, so OP is equals to 1 is your geometrical condition which we have. Can you see the step number 2? This is geometry. Geometry to algebra conversion happened over here, and now it is coming out as h square plus k square equals to 1. And if in this whole process, because this is a very simple example, but sometimes it may happen you have to introduce your own variable to solve the problem. We do that. Take this as A, take this as B. So we need to eliminate all the variables if we have introduced. In this case we have not done that, so we no need to worry. Now in the last step is you have to replace h by x and k by y, and this final will give you the equation of locus. So equation of circle. Now what is this? That we will have a different chapter altogether. But a circle having origin as center and radius is equals to 1 is the equation of this is x square plus y square is equals to 1. This is the locus of point P. Okay, no one, we have not studied tilting of axis. Okay, and let me just tell you, this is not at all in syllabus also in JEE main. This is the last topic, so we will do 3 more questions on this topic and we are done. Okay, all right, chalo. Are we ready for the questions? Because the concept should be clear, then you tuck do all the questions. Okay. For JEE Advanced we will do. No one, yes, for in the next class we are going to do that, है ना? Transformation of axis, ठीक है? All right. Indefinite integration, yes. Okay, we will do it one by one, huh? Good evening, TM Plazy Games. All right, ठीक है, चलो. Locus of a point which moves such that its distance from 0, 0 is twice the distance from the y-axis. Acha. So this again, the geometrical condition is there. First of all, we have to plot the geometry, then translate it to algebraic equation. That's it. Okay. Locus of a point. So there is a point whose distance from origin. Okay. So there is a point P, H, K. Step number 1, H, K taken. Right. Now the distance of this point from origin, है ना, that is OP, is twice of the distance from y-axis. So this distance, let's say, y-axis, hold on, not the x-axis, y-axis. So this is your y, है ना? So this is 2 times py, 2 times py. This is the geometry, right? OP is nothing but double of py. Correct? This is the geometry. Now, py, how to calculate py? What is py? Let us understand. What is py? So, py is nothing but actually horizontal distance. So, this is nothing but h only, x coordinate of this point. Hamesha, whenever we have to find out horizontal distance, okay? So, horizontal, this is your h, right? So, OP is equals to 2py. Now, OP can you calculate? OP is what? Square root of h minus 0 ka square. Step number 2 we are doing, which is very easy in this case, right? Geometry to algebra. Algebraic equation is equals to 2 times py. What is py? Tell me. H? No. Mod h. Why? Because this h can be negative. But what they are talking about is distance from y-axis. Now, distance from y-axis is h, but if h, any coordinate can be negative also, no? Modulus h will give you the proper distance. Now, square it. H square plus k square will give you 4h square. So, clearly, if you shift everything towards right hand side, 3x square minus y square equals to 0. Already replaced h and k by x and y also already. No, not this one. 0 is coming, na? So option B. Yes, B. Indefinite integral, yes, Manikanta, we will do it. है ना? Clear? Shall we move on to the next problem, my dear students? The ends of the hypotenuse of a right angled triangle are, acha, okay. Ends of the hypotenuse, right angled triangle is here. Ends, so 6, 0 and 0, or rather I would say, let's just do it over here. 6, 0 and 0, 6. So basically this is your what? X-axis, that's why 6, 0, this is your y-axis. Correct? Ends of the hypotenuse. Then the locus of third vertex. So this is your h, k. है ना? h, k. So what we need to do is, so this is a situation. Now we have to understand one geometrical condition which they have not given. It should come right like through this right angle triangle. What is the geometry behind right angle triangle? Tell me. Ma'am, Pythagoras theorem. This is your base, ma'am. This is your perpendicular. This is hypotenuse. Just apply it. Perpendicular square plus base ka square equals to hypotenuse ka square. Let's apply it right away. Okay, ma'am. So it will be h ka, so square root, square is already there na, so h square plus k minus 6 ka whole square, h square k minus 6, this is your perpendicular, plus base. So base is what? H minus 6 ka square plus k square, this is your base, perpendicular base. And hypotenuse is this, which is what? 36 plus 36, right? Square is already there, so no need to worry, 36, okay? Now expand it, h square and h square will give you 2h square, k square will give you 2k square, 36 and 36 will give you what? Sorry, this is actually 72, 36 plus 36, so here also 36 plus 36 is 72. From here you are going to get minus 12k, this is minus 12h equals to 72, gone and gone, okay? So this is finally divide by 2 right away, x square plus y square minus 6x minus 6y equals to 0 is the final locus, which is matching with option B, madam. Stepwise, one step at a time, step by step, okay? All right, 2 more questions to go, and congratulations, you have made it till the very end, right? So now 2 more questions and we will be done. Now rest 2 questions are actually very important. Are we ready for it? Yes or no? Chalo, let's do it. The locus of these 2 points. Okay ma'am, so this is to kya hai? They have not given anything. No condition, no geometry, no moving point. What? Chalo, let's see. So locus of this point we need to calculate, है ना? Basically h is your what? T square plus t plus 1, and k is your t square minus t plus 1. Ma'am, what to do now? What to do? What exactly they are asking us? So if we like understand our goal, the agenda, always the agenda is to have a relation between x and y, or rather I would say h and k, yes or no? है ना? Options always say, option is not having any t, all the options are having only x and y. That means all the options want us to calculate the relation between h and k. That means, what does that mean? That we just need to eliminate t, okay? And if you carefully observe, I have actually mentioned this point while teaching you steps to find locus. If any variable is there, you have to eliminate it. Remember or not? Go back and check. So that means the whole thing is to eliminate. So now it is purely equation game, not at all locus game. Purely equation game. No need to do the factors also. No need. है ना? It is purely equation. Yeah, actually factors will not help. है ना? So how do you eliminate t is something which is very like which will be the decider. So first thing is, what I'm going to do is, let us add these 2 equations, right? Let us add. So h plus k will be equal to 2t square plus 2. So 2 of t square plus 1. Clear? That is the first thing. Now same, what we are going to do is, same thing we are going to write, h equals to t square plus t plus 1, and h is equals to t square minus t plus 1. Now what we are going to do is, this is k, right? We are going to subtract h minus k. So ma'am, h minus k is actually t square cancel. T minus, so this is 2t and 1 also cancel. Sahi kiya na? H and k, right? H minus k is 2t. Okay, ठीक है. Okay, hold on ma'am, we are actually getting it. You want to eliminate t, na? You want to, next class cannot be the indefinite integration, Manikanta, I am so sorry about it. Why? Because see, we have a lot more to cover. There is a gap. We have not covered the differentiation. How can I teach indefinite integration? Nobody, I know that you know differentiation, but most of the people are like not very well versed with differentiation. So differentiation I will teach then application of derivatives, and then comes indefinite integration. So sorry, but you have to wait for it. Okay, all right. And yeah, now what to do? So you have to eliminate t. So why not I do one thing, that I calculate the value of t from here and plug in that value here, t square. So this is h minus k upon 2 ka whole square plus 1. Okay, ma'am. Can you see how beautifully what is happening? T is eliminated. That's it. We just have to open it now. Okay, let's do that. So h plus k is equals to 2 is already there. Okay, h square plus k square minus 2kh upon 4 plus 1. Okay, now let us multiply 2 over here. So this is going to give you h plus k, or right away I will multiply it right away now. Why to wait for the next step? This 2 will be gone inside, so it will actually become what? So 2, 2, 4. No, 4 तो था ही ना, upon 2 हो जाएगा. Sorry, है ना? तो this is upon 2 plus 2, correct? Now just take LCM. So 2h plus 2k will give you what? h square plus k square minus 2kh plus 4, correct? So what is the correct answer? Let us rearrange. X square plus y square, replacing also at the same time, x square plus y square. Then you have minus 2xy minus 2x minus 2y plus 4 equals to 0. Okay, hold on. ये तो गलत है, because y term is not here. Clearly option B is absolutely right. So Shiva Kumari, you are actually doing very fine, है ना? Every time I am seeing you that you are answering like before me only, है ना? Yes, okay, ठीक है, got it. चलो, now 2 more questions on our plate and we will be tuck done. ठीक है, चलो, let's go. A rod, this is a very classic question, by the way, template question. This every teacher will teach you this question. Every teacher's note will have this question. Okay, a rod of length L slides with its end on 2 perpendicular lines. Okay, so 2 perpendicular lines, it is better to draw those 2 perpendicular lines. We have like legendary perpendicular lines, x and y axis, right? Why not take them and make them perpendicular lines? So a rod of length L slides with its ends on 2 perpendicular lines. A rod is there whose ends are actually sliding on 2 perpendicular. This is your rod. Okay, let us mark it as AB. AB. Now the locus of its midpoint is what we need to figure out. So this point is your P, which is h comma k. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to talk about the geometry about it. What is the geometry behind it? So geometry is nothing but, so geometry behind it is what? We need to use the geometry of Pythagoras theorem. So let's suppose this is A. So OA square plus, OA square plus OB square equals to AB square. AB तो we know L. AB तो we know it is L. Now OA and OB, है ना? OA and OB. तो ma'am A तो we don't know. We don't know A. All we know is point P, and P is never over here. So how will we introduce h comma k in this geometry? This is the main point. So what we will do is this thing. This we have not utilized this part. Na? This information is already there. We need to do something about this information to solve the question. Midpoint, okay. So midpoint के लिए, if P is the midpoint, now then we need to have A. Let us assume A comma 0. Now we are introducing the variable. So whenever in locus you try to introduce variable, keep in mind we need to eliminate in the end. But we will do that, ठीक है. It is not that difficult, very easy, है ना? A comma 0 and 0 comma B. Now midpoint formula, let us apply. So ma'am, yes, midpoint formula says that A plus 0 by 2 is your h and 0 plus b by 2 is k. Okay, hold on. So ma'am, actually what is happening, a is your 2k, 2h and b is equals to 2k. Keep this in mind, keep this in mind. We are going to eliminate this a and b by introducing h. Okay, now you have taken the coordinate, this is 0, 0, so you can apply Pythagoras theorem very easily. Ma'am, OA square, OA is nothing but what? A square. OB square, this is your B square. AB square given in the question L square. Now A will be replaced by what? Ma'am, 2h square. Done the elimination thing. Very easy, right? Plus 2k whole square equals to L square. So 4x square plus 4y square equals to your L square. Okay, okay, hold on. Which answer? Which answer? Option B. Very easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. All right. Clearo? One last question. Are we ready for it? Yo, bro. Chalo. Find the locus of a variable. Chalo, ye to I want you guys to do it. Locus of a variable point whose distance from this is equals to distance from that. Array, madam. Array. What is this, ma'am? Now we have done a lot of questions, so this will be a cakewalk for us. So this is a homework question. I will leave here only. I will not go beyond this point. Okay? This is a homework question, very easy, not at all very difficult. So I believe that we are done with today's session. But before you go, I have something to share. Keep, है ना? I have something to share. So for that, actually you need to just wait. Okay, give me a moment because I want to show you something. Okay, so yes, so I want to talk about Vedantu Pro course. ठीक है? I want to talk about Vedantu Pro course. So you can clearly see that the results are in front of you. JEE 2024 results. This is not about JEE main. These are the results which are for JEE Advanced. So in JEE Advanced 2024, 4,538 students cleared JEE Advanced using Vedantu JEE Pro course. Okay. So basically, if I just directly go and talk about this course, okay, if you are a dropper, if you are JEE 2025 aspirant class 12th, if you are in class 11th, then this course is actually for you. Just give me a moment and yeah, so let me just directly talk about the course. Yes, if you are an 11th grader, then you can clearly see this is a pro classic course. What are the key features of this course? First of all, this is not a recorded course, live online course, which is going to save a lot of your time, especially for JEE 2025 aspirants. You know that only 5 months are there, right? Less than 5 months. So for for 2025, if you are in class 12th, ठीक है, तो pro classic course is for you. If you are a dropper, then this pro classic course is for you. Obviously both courses are different because in class 12th you are very new to especially the fresh class 12th topics, and if you're a dropper, then your strategy should be very different. Okay, so that's why two different course for JEE 2025 aspirants are there. Pro classic course, online live course is there, and obviously because you're studying online doesn't mean that all the books will be online digital books. No, you have to have the offline material also. So practice books will be delivered to you at your doorsteps, right? And the doubts, we know the importance of doubts. 24/7 live doubt clearing will be going on in this particular course, right? And if you do not improve, you know that if you do not improve in marks, we'll refund your fees. Okay, so these are the very important features of pro classic course if you're a dropper or if you're a 2025 aspirant. In case you are a 2026 aspirant, that means class 11th, then this is the pro classic course for you. Okay, so best teachers will be teaching you in all the 3 batches, all the 3 courses. Doubt solving will be there, right? You know that, I'm not sure how many of you know, but in-class quizzes and leaderboards are something which students are very fond of, right? So I am also teaching in a batch wherein students ask for the quiz and leaderboard. So right, real time you will get that understanding whether I have understood this topic or not. Okay, so many practice questions and the quality practice questions will be there. Okay, so and post-class doubt solving will be there. Previous year question will be discussed in this particular batch. But if you're looking for more personalizing, this is also a personalized attention thing. But if you're looking for a lot more personalized attention, so you will be assigned up with a personal teacher if you want to go for Pro Plus course. Pro Plus course is nothing. It is same as Pro Classic, just a little difference is there, and that difference make the dish very delicious. That is your mentorship, right? So personal teacher will be assigned to you, which will actually monitor you throughout the course. This is available for class 11th. Pro Plus is also available for class 12th, and this option is also available for dropper as well. So if you're planning to start your JEE preparation with us, if you feel, what you need to do is you need to fill the form which is given in the description box. If you fill the form, then everything will be explained to you, and then you have to decide. The ball is in your court. You have to decide whether I want to go with this or that or something else. Okay, all right. So this is me, Namrata. On this note, we'll sign off now. And anything else you were saying? Let me just go back to the chat. Okay. Hold on. One student is asking, ma'am, what about pair of straight lines? So Saturday we are meeting again for straight lines. Yes, Gauri. On Saturday we are meeting again, wherein, because a lot more type, not even pair of straight lines, a lot more topics are remaining. What are those topics? Tell me. Like various forms of straight lines will be there. Then we are having family of lines. Then we are having pair of straight lines, condition of concurrency, angle bisectors, homogenization, pair of straight lines. Yes, so many things are pending. Okay, so now I will take your leave. This is me, Namrata, signing off. I will see you on Saturday. Good night. Bye bye. See you.